if you're not creating your value, you're not going to be rewarded in my business. Create your value, and then you'll be rewarded.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Two Stunads Podcast.
Three Stunads.
Oh, the Three Stunads Podcast. I like that. How are we doing out there? I'm Paolo.
I'm Drew. What's going on, guys? Thanks for watching the show.
Yes, and if this is your first time tuning in, thanks for jumping in. Thanks for clicking on us. Thanks for giving us a shot. We are the Two Stunads, where you talk with business leaders, business owners, entrepreneurs. We talk about their story, how they got started, where they are today, and everything in between, the challenges, ups, downs. And we learn some lessons along the way. We learn a lot of stuff along the way. Quick little favor before we start the show. If you guys like what you hear, if you guys get a chuckle, a laugh, a golden nugget of information, do us a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, share.
It's not even a favor. Just do it. It takes 2 seconds.
You're there.
If you want to keep watching these videos, you got to hit the like, subscribe. You got to hit us up, man.
Yeah, we'll wait.
For real.
We'll wait. We'll wait. Take your time.
And if you're thinking to yourself, oh, this guy's a jag-off asking me to do this, just do it. Thanks,
right off the bat.
I appreciate it.
Right off the bat.
You know?
We know where you live, so do it.
Yeah.
We know.
We got the analytics, don't worry.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
I'm fired up today, dude.
So am I.
It's been a day today. I'm jazzed. Dude.
I'm super pumped to talk about the conversation we have upcoming here with our guest. This guy is a Chicago original, and heavyweight in every sense of the word. And started from throwing punches in the ring, promoting some of the biggest boxing events in the Chicagoland city here. He's lived 3 lives: fighter, businessman, and entertainer. If I don't stand corrected there. Got the Golden Gloves champ in the room here. Former pro heavyweight, long running promoter with Hitz Boxing, and a guy who's got more Chicago stories than a Southside bar at 2 a.m. from what I understand. He's tough, he's real, he's iconic. Welcome to the show, Mr. Bobby Hitz.
Hey, how are you guys? Thanks for having me.
That's a hell of a fucking intro.
Wow, I hope I can live up to it. It's like following Sinatra. That's big. And we're West Side guys, not South Side.
Did West. I'm sorry. Yeah, South Side bar, West Side. You're right. Yeah,
thanks for coming on the show,
Appreciate
man.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is great. I mean, you young guys have so much at your fingertips now. It's the world is yours to conquer, and it's amazing. All these things that weren't available when I was coming up, it's like we accomplished things, but like what you guys have, if I had this then,
you guys,
I'd be Joe Rogan. I'd be one of those guys.
Yeah,
trust me.
Yeah,
you guys are lucky.
I believe it. Yeah, we're doing the best we can. Yeah. It's something that we enjoy doing. We want to kind of give back a little bit. We appreciate. We're asking all the questions that everyone's thinking. Nobody's asking. Nobody gets the opportunity to ask. So we feel very fortunate to be in the position that we are.
Well, nowadays you have to be very careful because people are very sensitive. So you got to.
That's true.
If you're watching, you're sensitive. You might as well just click off.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why we started this, dude. Because like the way we grew up.
Right.
The way we were raised, and now we have kids, and we see other parents, I'm like, dude, you could parent however you want, but when you're parenting to be a sheep, you're setting them up for failure.
100%, man. Failure is part of life, and it's on how you conquer that failure. And I always tell like a fighter, listen, in order to win, you got to learn how to lose. Because if you don't have any detriment in your life, you don't know what that's all about. And to me, I'd rather fail trying than not try at all. Period. I mean, and you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You hear that cliche all the time, but it's true.
It's true.
It's so true, man. So true.
Yeah. Michael Jordan's mental coach and his trainer once said, the receipt for success is well worth the receipt for regret. I'm paraphrasing that.
Okay.
So what he's telling us is, okay, when you get that receipt for success and you look at it, you're like, fuck, that's a lot. But the receipt for regret is way more.
So it lasts a lifetime, and like the song says, regrets I have a few, but then again, too few to mention.
There you go, Frankie.
Because you keep trying, man. And that's how I've operated my whole life. I never knew what I wanted to do, never knew what I wanted to be. But I knew what I didn't want to be, and that was a nobody.
Yeah.
So to me, everything in my life is exactly how I mapped it out. It's crazy. I can remember being in second grade, third grade, and saying, I'm never going to college. I hated school. And I did that. I didn't go to college and I hated school. So it was true, right? But then when I got pulled out of school, what would be my senior year, my father came to school like February of senior year, and he's like, I get called to the office. I'm like, I know I didn't do anything today. Before I did a lot of things, but today I did nothing.
Right.
And there he is sitting with the dean. And they're like, hey, what's going on, Dad? He goes, you're done. What do you mean I'm done? You're done with school? I go, it's 9 o'clock. I'm not done. No.
We just started.
You're done, pulling you out. You're wasting everybody's time. And then the dean gave me this whole, like, list. He goes, you're one of those guys. I have a good feeling you're going to be successful in life. He goes, when you go for a job, write down that you graduated high school because they never check. I go, well, I appreciate that. He goes, use me as a reference. I said, I appreciate that also. I said, but I'm not going to need that. He goes, why? I go, I'm going to work for myself. And he goes, what are you going to do? I said, I have no idea, but I'm going to work for myself.
Yeah.
And that was always, my family's a family of entrepreneurs. And so to me, that was my lot in life. Like I knew I was going to I'll find my path in life.
I love that.
Whatever it was going to be, I had no idea. But I also think that was the secret to my success. And when I say success, it's not measured by monetary stuff. You young guys nowadays, everybody's in competition with you. It's crazy how you guys live. I see all these young kids. My son's 29, and I just see all the shoes and just all the bullshit that everybody thinks makes you somebody, right? And when you come from nothing and you like, I have things that a guy from my walk of life should never have, but I worked hard, and it's like, I think my salvation was never knowing what I wanted to be. Like I didn't have this aspiration to be a fireman or a carpenter or whatever it was.
Right.
I didn't know what I wanted to be. My life just happened. So I kept walking through doors that were open for me, and I just kept on, boom, I like this. I like, and pretty soon I woke up one day like, man, I'm a lucky motherfucker. I get up every day and do exactly what I want to do with my life. And I do two things that I love. I love the restaurant business, and I love the food business. Love it. Yeah. Love it. Everyone's like, oh, the restaurant business. I go, I love the restaurant. I love going to work every day, and even acting, the acting part. I love that too. So I'm lucky.
That's great.
Lucky.
I mean, not many people can say that either.
No, that's a special breed. I mean, I'm trying to think to myself as you're saying that, like, what kids do I see have that, like, mental vision to look down the future, or, like, have that mental drive, you know?
I got to look at this first. You got to look at this first and figure out, like, I'll have, listen, I'm a big sucker on this phone too, but my whole life is on this phone because everything I do is, right?
Yeah.
But when you're talking to young guys and they're like talking to you and they're like,
the worst.
And like, oh, hey, did you hear what I just said to you?
Yeah,
It's like, oh, yeah, it's crazy.
That fires you up a little bit.
Well, because I come from an era like, okay, being a fighter, you garnered a lot of attention in this city, but only if you did something. Like you didn't get to be on television or on the radio or in the newspaper if you weren't doing anything. Now, this thing gives you instant gratification for being a nobody, right? Anybody can become somebody. Just turn this on. Here, like right now, I got a Hall of Famer, Russell Peltz, call me. Russell, I can't answer. This guy's a Hall of Fame legend in the boxing business, but I can't answer him.
You can pick up if you want. You can pick up.
I hate to not answer his call.
No, I answer.
Pick it up.
No, this guy's a legend. He ran Philadelphia boxing at the Blue Horizon for eons. He was the youngest promoter. Russell's now probably in his mid-70s.
Okay.
But he's a legend in the business.
Hustler?
Oh, no, just a really good boxing guy. He put on some of the greatest fights in the history of boxing, and he's one of the guys that, as I was coming out, looked up to. And now we are contemporaries, and it's like, like he's wants me to be in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And he's a good guy, and I've made a lot of good friendships through boxing. But getting back to what I was saying, you don't get to get anywhere unless you did something. But everybody has instant gratification now for doing nothing, and I can't subscribe to that. To me, like even with my fighters, I'm like, go become somebody. Like this thing doesn't matter.
Right.
Like you try to make yourself an instant superstar, but now you're going to overpromise and underdeliver, and then you'll cannibalize your whole existence by doing that.
Yeah,
you're better off laying low, being low key, say nothing. Sneak up on somebody and make it happen. But everybody, when are we going to be on TV? When are we doing that? Just take it easy.
Take it easy. I like that. Take your time.
Easy. Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah.
No, I'm a believer in that. I mean, it just, not to toot my own horn, but I have guys that'll be, again, I'm 33. So I was kind of like that silent killer where I just stayed in the shadows, just did my own thing, put my head down, went to work, and success happened. And so one of our fears of starting this podcast is that we're not big, I mean, we're social media guys in the sense of for business.
Right.
But when you tell somebody the honest truth, sometimes it doesn't come off as how we really did it.
Right. Well, if you think about it, most of these social media sensations, they've made an absolute goof out of themselves to get the views, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, you think about it, you're 33, but one day you're going to be 43, and then 53, and 63, and you want to be known as that guy that was like, oh yeah, that's it, moron. That was, you know what I'm saying? Right. But there's guys that have successful businesses that
off of that.
But like, it's like, I can never do it.
Right.
I can't go and be a caricature of myself for money or for fame.
Attention.
I'd rather let the body of my work speak for itself, and not sell not that you're selling your soul, but it's like
being somebody that you're not.
Just like make an idiot, like with
you're
your
fugazi.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, I personally can never do it. I couldn't do it. You know, like think about Jake, like for boxing, Jake Paul is the most well-known boxer right now in the world of boxing. And I think he's a pretty good fighter, and people in my industry don't give him respect, okay? But if you think about how he got his notoriety, it was by sticking Roman candles in his ass. And like, think about that. Like, that's how he got known. And all of a sudden, he figured, let me use boxing as the conduit to bring everybody together, which I was always like, why does everybody pick on boxing? Like, why do they think that that's so easy to be a boxer? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Go race a car. Go jump off an airplane. Yeah. But, like, to me, if I had my choice, I wouldn't say, oh, yeah, I'm going to be a fighter.
No.
Like, that's not the easiest path in the world. So the fact that he took that path and he's having great success with, naturally, it's all from MMA guys.
Sure.
We're going to find out what he's all about with this Anthony Joshua guy. Mm-hmm. But I admire the kid. I think, because the fighters don't go out there and sell themselves like this kid does. But he has a bunch of teenagers that follow him from like I said, putting Roman candles in his ass. So it's like, you want to be a success, put a Roman candle in your ass. I mean,
we do not condone Roman candles.
Right. I debate in my head all the time, like when you tell a guy that's asking for help, like, what do you do or how do you do it? And then you give him the answer, or you give him like somewhat of an outline, say, this is what you do, or how I did it. And then they don't take that information and actually do it. I see that all the time with guys our age. It's like they're fearful to jump in the deep end and just go balls deep.
Right. Well, having good mentors around you is very important. I always had guys that were 20, 25 years older than me. Those were my friends, and I would sit back, say nothing, and learn and observe, and like that was my education. Yeah. And having good business mentors, like I put a deal together, and I have a mentor who owned a railroad. The guy's a monster successful guy, like very successful. Yeah. And he's like, man, I'm so proud of you. I followed your teachings. I did exactly what you told me to do. Yeah. Because dealing with banks and stuff isn't easy.
No.
Right? And he goes, I can't believe you put that deal together. I go, well, what did you teach me? He goes, my boy, you followed everything I laid out for you. You know what I mean? And it's like, if I could pass it on to somebody, but it's like there's ways to make deals. Yeah.
You just gotta want to do it.
Gotta want to do it, find it, be persistent, and don't let failure stop you.
Well, the fear of failure.
The fear of failure
right?
Stop you.
The fear of failure. And listen, as a fighter, and as a former athlete, right, like you were, right, it's all mental. 10% is physical. It's all how you think, right?
Right.
And we all go through it. I had a great run. Then I ran into a brick wall called George Foreman, and then I was really mentally shaken. Like I really have just been able to start talking about this all these years later. Like really? I don't like talking about it because I let myself down. I let my fans down, and I sold myself short for money.
Yeah.
Only because I believed I didn't have to do anything. I could show up that night, and I'm going to beat him. I don't have to train one day, which I didn't. I took the fight on 4 days' notice.
Oh, wow.
I literally walked out of a nightclub, hopped on an airplane. Next thing I know, 4 days later, I'm fighting this monster. You know, I had the balls to do it, but I wish I had someone around me to say, you're not ready yet. But everybody knew I wasn't ready except me.
Yeah.
Because I figured I could, you know, because when I got to the airport, the news crews were there and stuff, and they interviewed me and like, well, you're taking this fight on short notice. I go, listen, it was supposed to happen 3 other times before. It didn't happen. Now it's happening. I go, if that guy out there in the orange vest wanted to fight me, I'm not going to go, oh, wait, I didn't train for you.
Yeah.
I'm fighting him.
Yeah.
I'm a fighter. I fight.
Yeah.
So whatever. Looking back, youth is wasted on the young. That's all I can tell you. The dumbest thing I mean, the money I made, I would give it all back. All back. I'd fight for free to have one shot to do it the right way.
So you feel like your lack of preparation kind of bit you in the ass a little bit?
Well, you have to, like George told me, he goes, you got to plan your work and work your plan, and it's so true. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have a plan. I'm like, I'm going to go fight this old guy who's like 36 or 38.
Yeah.
Not old.
How old were you at the time?
23,
You were
maybe.
young buck.
But see, back then, fighters retired when they were 25 or 26. So him being 38 was considered like a dinosaur. Now that's like 38's the new 20.
It's crazy how the times change.
But you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was like, oh, this old guy, and he's been retired for 10 years. He's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
But what a nice guy.
Yeah.
So out of that one bad thing, a lot of good things happened. So to me, like, it was God's plan. It was God's plan because that, and it's happened to me a couple times in my life where I've made a decision to do something and a whole lot of people benefited from my decision.
Okay.
So in that situation, I decided to take this fight. The fight's at the Palace in Auburn Hills, Michigan, which was right when the Pistons were the world champions. They built this brand new facility. We were the very first event ever there. So it was like 24,000 people there.
Yeah.
It was crazy, right?
Brand new stadium. Fresh.
You know, I'm in the ring with this guy. I have him worried during the fight. And he thought he killed me.
Oh.
You know, so it's a joke. You're supposed to laugh.
Yeah, this guy,
This guy is all stone faced.
I saw it. I was watching it, man. I mean, it looked like you fucking died. I mean,
But I got up.
You
I'm
did,
like,
but
I'm like, why are you stopping the fight? Like,
Yeah.
I can still remember every single thing from 1980. I still remember every single moment of that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I knew I could hear my corner. They're going, stay down. I'm like laying there going, like, what the fuck am I doing down
Am I
here?
staying down?
Because I didn't listen. My corner told me, move for like 7 rounds. The first 7 rounds, just move. Do not fight this guy. Just
Okay.
move.
Yeah.
So they wanted me to tire him out. I'm like, I was like bored. I'm like, let's just get this going.
Yeah.
Whatever. So like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I threw a right hand. I walked right into his. I went down. But I got up. And I'm like, you know, like, let's go. I was arguing with the referee. You know, it was, you know, I remember it. We went out for dinner afterwards. We talked. So it was nice. But it's like that one moment changed the trajectory of a lot of people's lives. Because I decided to stay in Detroit. I hooked up with my manager. I had this woman manager, Jackie Callan. I found this kid, James Lights Out Tony. He was in my gym training. He didn't have a trainer. I didn't find him, but he was in there. His manager, his trainer, or his promoter just had gotten killed. And he was like, I don't have a manager. I think, can you talk to your trainer?
Yeah.
So I did. I talked to my manager, and then we put the team together. And this kid, 2 years later, is a world champion and went on to become one of the greatest middleweights of our era. If I never would have fought George and never would have signed up with her, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
That never would have happened.
Right.
So, you know, that decision for me to take that fight, you know, I garnered my Harvard education in boxing off of it. Like, everything good in my life happened because of that one bad situation.
Right.
So just because one thing is bad doesn't mean the rest of it's going to be bad. You have to find a way to find that silver lining.
Yeah.
And not give up, you know. It emotionally was hard on me because I'm a winner. I like to win. I'm not used to losing. I sold myself short. You know, and I had to go through like sports psychologists and all that stuff to get ready for my fights after that. It was just like I was really tussled with myself. Like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's only, you know, it wasn't the easiest time afterwards. You know what I mean?
Sure,
it wasn't
I bet.
because, you know, And there was no such thing as YouTube or anything back then. So I'm like, well, no one will ever see this. Who cares? Well, guess what? Now it's everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 1 million hits. 1 million hits. You mentioned you mentioned Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where you grew up?
No, I grew up here.
You grew up in Chicago.
Yeah.
So, did you live in Detroit for a little bit?
Well, after that fight, I stayed there because I decided, okay, you know what? If I'm going to have a career, I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to be around the very best in the business.
Yeah.
So my manager, Jackie Callan, and then we were, had our own little stable, but then formed a friendship with Emmanuel Stewart, who was a Hall of Fame greatest, probably one of the greatest trainers of all time. My trainer was a guy, Bill Miller, who basically trained probably 20 world champions. That whole Detroit experience, the Kronk gym was the place to be. It was a factory for winners and champions, and I just got my education, man. It was just like,
love that.
I absorbed it. I was around, Tommy Hitman Hearns and all these Milton McQuarrie and Jimmy Paul and all these great fighters, Dennis Andres from London, and it just became my life, and I absorbed it, way better than here. And one day we were in Atlantic City, and Nigel Benn, who was fighting Doug DeWitt, you'll have to look these names up, but it was on ABC Wide World of Sports. It was the most brutal fight I've ever seen, probably. It was like just brutal. I'm standing on the stage with Emmanuel Stewart, and he's like, hey, Bobby, I've been watching you. Because, we would travel with, 20 guys, and you got to check them in, and just all the logistical stuff you have to do to when you have a camp, right? He's like, you need to stay in this business when you're done fighting. You need you want to come and be a trainer with me and be an understudy with me. I'll teach you. I'll teach you everything that I know about this business. You'll become a great trainer, or you should be a promoter.
Yeah.
And that conversation never left me. So a couple of years later, when I came back to Chicago, and I was going to make a comeback, I was like, I had gotten hurt, whatever, and I was going to make a comeback, and then no one had a fight, and they're like, why don't you promote? I said, you know what? I think I'm going to. I remember my conversation with Emmanuel, and I started promoting, and 35 years later, I'm still doing it. It's like, because that choice that I made. So it's like, I learned so much about the business and about the sport and about what makes an athlete tick and just all these things that, if I never would have taken that one stupid thing in my life, nothing else would have happened. I don't know where I would have been.
Right.
So.
That's very true.
It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, what would you have done if you paid Foreman,
I wouldn't be talking to you guys.
Yeah. Maybe you would.
No.
I don't know.
You'd be on the One Stunad podcast.
Yeah. No, I think that's a key golden nugget or the Stunad moment of the show for sure. Failure is going to happen, and how do you pivot from it? How do you get up and move on and take that knowledge? Because a lot of guys, they fail in small things, and they think it's the end of the world. I mean,
I got to tell you, like I said before, you can't win if you don't know how to lose. But learning how to reinvent yourself, and I see that in so many people, whether it's a fighter, a former athlete, a guy who worked at the Merck, whatever it is. I've seen so many guys when the computers came in at the Merck, and like these guys couldn't reinvent themselves. It's the saddest thing ever when a guy can't figure out a way to, whatever knowledge he has, go take the next technology, whatever you're doing, and go reinvent. A lot of fighters, it saddens me that a lot of these guys cannot reinvent themselves. I feel that I'm very lucky, very lucky and fortunate that I found my path in life. Because making it as a fighter is not going to happen for most people. I try to tell the fighters who are under me, listen, guys, have a plan B, and a C and a D and an E and an F. You know what I mean? Yeah. Have a plan. I was fortunate enough that I didn't have a plan, but my plans happened.
Yeah.
But I love the food business. I've been doing that since I was in 6th grade. I'm working in a kitchen and was around Alex Dana from Rosebud, and that blossomed into a tremendous friendship and mentorship from him all these years, and had a few restaurants of my own, and him selling me my latest project, and just like I love going to work every day. Love it. Love being in the kitchen. I could kick some ass on that line. I know how to cook.
There you go.
I love it. Yeah. But that comes like, my nanny and papa, we were always cooking in the house, always, the live squid and just everything. It was just,
love it.
Food was part of everything you did was food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything. So I use those experiences in my life, you know.
Yeah.
So
I got a follow-up question to that about having a plan A, B, C, D, and E, and F. So I came from a place in my history where my only option, there was no failure. I don't think I ever had a plan A or a plan B, C, D, E, and F. So I know a few of my buddies that are probably listening to the show. How do they force themselves into sticking to like their plan A, and then when do they say, okay, fuck it, this isn't working? Is it when you fail, or is it at what point?
Well, you know, failure is measured on all different levels, right? So it's all like, what do you consider a failure? You know what I mean? You know, like I think a lot of guys, when they have, or people, not guys, people, when they have a situation to where, like I had a friend I grew up with, his whole life, I'm going to be a lawyer, 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 right? Never became a lawyer. So if you don't have another alternative, like, so he went into selling and sales and blah, 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 you know, but like I told him one day, because we will banter back and forth, and I said, let me ask you a question. When you were a little kid, did you say, hey, when I grow up, I'm going to be a sales manager? No, you didn't. You said, I want to be a baseball player, fireman, I want to be a lawyer. You didn't say what you said. So I understand why you have whatever goes on with you, because whatever you're doing for your living wasn't what you wanted to be. Mm-hmm. And so many guys, you're forced to take whatever's in front of you to make a living. Now you can make a great living, whatever, but are you truly happy?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Like, I'd rather be busted and happy than do something that I can't stand and make a bunch of money.
Miserable,
it's so
waking
tough
up
to tell people now, because just like you were saying before, it's all about the dollars and cents.
Oh my God!
People put that over their health. They put it over their relationships. They put it over everything.
Nah, to me, you know, I don't know.
I always tell people all the time, like, people see when you become successful, the things, whether it's the house, the car, whatever. And they're sitting there like, oh my gosh, the grass is so greener on this side. But they don't understand it's every day.
To get there.
Exactly.
Besides taking to get there, as
keeping
a guy, keeping it. And then a guy that's a grinder like us, it's the hustle every day that you enjoy. You might enjoy, okay, having a Rolex or these things, and they might give you somewhat of a satisfaction. But once you have them, you're like, I enjoy the hustle and bustle, getting up every day and doing the grind.
You know, that's a really good point, because I see these kids. It's like, oh, I got the Perrier Jouet watch. Whatever. Like, get the like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a champagne, by the way. Yeah. anyways, it's like, yeah, and like, what does that mean?
Right.
Like, what is that? Like,
nothing.
Material things are only. I don't know. I've never been a really, like, I've always driven nice cars, like, but that's just like for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that because I spend all my time in my car. I'm in my car driving everywhere.
Like, what gives you satisfaction? Like, you know, at what point you're going to have enough money to buy whatever brand name things or whatever it is. So it comes to a point where we tell people, guys, you have to have an alternative motive, and it's not just getting these things or being able to have financial freedom, but it's, what are you living for? Okay, are you living for the everyday grind to make people better, to be successful, things like that? Because, like you said, once you hit those points, it's like people hit a plateau. Or like, okay, I got this, but then you're going to lose it right away.
Well, you know, getting it is one thing; keeping it is a whole other thing. But in the same token, it's like I think I'm probably one of the wealthiest people that I know, but not because of anything material. Because of friendships and relationships. And it's like I am blessed to still have friends from kindergarten, the grade school. Like to me, I value that more than anything. Like your friendships, because we come from a time where it's like we're kids, like, who has a fin, who has $2, who has 50 cents. Let's go out. We're all going to throw, like, you need a soup, you need a sit, like, whatever. It's like we took care of each other. Yeah. It didn't matter who had what, or because we didn't grow up like, oh, my dad's a lawyer, my dad's a CPA. No, we were all working class people. Yeah. So it wasn't like anybody was playing better than anybody else. You know what I mean? So we all kind of came up together. You know what I mean? And like, you know, and like, I value that more than anything. And, you know, and to me, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm an 8th grade graduate. I didn't go to school. I graduated 8th grade. It was the last class that I graduated. Yeah. Was 8th grade. So to me, I don't know. I'm not supposed to be doing anything that I'm doing. Yeah. Right?
It's that relationship capital. Back then, you based your the quality of your friendship on loyalty, trust, respect.
Right.
Versus what car's this guy driving, where's he live, what neighborhood, what house,
What's
this
he
and
done
that.
for me lately?
It's based off athleticism, hard worker, respect, loyalty to the people that are around you, and taking care of your people.
Right. Well, it's having fun in life, having great memories and creating great memories, and not looking at somebody and sizing up going, I'm going to get next to this guy because I think some crumbs are going to fall off his table, and I'm going to get. But how many guys you see like that?
All the time.
But young guys, I see these young guys are all like that, and it's like.
And people could smell that from a mile away. People could be like, "Why
That's
is
one
this guy
thing
up
that,
my?"
like, I got that a pet peeve of mine, man. Like, I know guys, I'm sitting here, I'm like, dude, you still live with your fucking parents. You dress up like you're this fucking bigwig. You still live in the same house you did, the same bed you did, acting like you're this big fucking shot. When in reality, you got fucking nothing.
Well, I'll be honest with you. If my mother and father didn't go out for that gallon of milk, I'd still be living at home. They never came back. Where'd you guys go? You left me.
Oh, they left you alone.
Left me.
So after eighth grade, what ended up happening? How'd you like? Your parents left you, and
No, my parents. I'm teasing.
Oh, okay, okay.
They left me. I was like probably 21. They moved.
Got it.
But you think about like I loved my nanny and papa. Like they were like my everything to me. So,
Yeah.
When I got out of high school, so I started working in 6th grade.
Okay.
Literally 6th grade.
Yeah, you said.
I worked in a restaurant.
Yeah.
I would walk there every day after school, and I ran the kitchen. I mean, that's like, there's not even 1 ounce of embellishment or bullshit in that story. Like, it is 110% fucking true.
Yeah.
Like, not even remotely not true. Like, I walked there every day after school from 6th grade to like sophomore in high school. I worked in this place.
Okay.
And I would get there, put my books down. I would move the booths. I'd sweep, mop, move that table, sweep, mop, get that all set. Then I'd go in the kitchen and I would take there was a big vat of potatoes.
Yeah.
I'd peel them and boil them.
Nice.
Let them cool. I'd make hash browns, get that all set up, and boom, stack the cooler, get that all prepped for the next morning, get the sausage, get everything, eggs, everything's there for them in the morning. Then I'd sit there at the counter, and there was a shot in the beer joint right in the other room, and wait for orders to come in: pizza, beef sandwich, burger, sausage, whatever. And I'd make the food, and then at night I'd go stock the beer cooler, sweep up, and the guy would drive me home, and I made $1 an hour.
Oh my gosh!
But that was my education. I didn't have a paper route. I worked in a bar, and the fact that my parents let me work in a bar was like, what's wrong with them?
Yeah.
But it was like, back then, kids were much older than like a kid at 6th grade now can't cross the street by himself, or his mom has to hold his, think about that. Like, I'm working in a bar.
Yeah.
What do you think these parents should do now? Like, because I'm thinking the restaurant industry, it's all Mexicans that are working in the kitchens. I mean, what white kids do you know?
None.
That want to work in a restaurant?
None. Or if they do work, they don't even think, like, I come from a world in the restaurant business, and you have family in the business, right? So it's like, where it's like a normal week is like 80 hours, 90 hours.
Yeah.
These kids put in like 35 hours a week. Oh, I'm working so much. I want to get the fuck out of here. Like, are you crazy? You could never last in my world.
How do you deal with that with staff? Because you got staff. How many employees you got?
40 maybe at the restaurant.
Yeah.
40.
And I'm assuming you got to have a good culture, just based off of yourself. And
I try. When I inherited some people that weren't that good for me, and I finally have my own, whoever I've been able to win over, and then I have my own people that I've placed in there. So I'm really, really super blessed. I have a great team, great employees, hard workers. The kitchen, like I'm really super blessed. I really am. I hear a lot of guys, I can't find help. Like we have a really good restaurant. That's Rosebud and Lamont. Okay, 12350 Derby Road.
We'll put the link in the description. We'll put the link in. Yeah.
No, but like I'm really lucky because first of all, I get to fly a 50-year-old brand, Rosebud.
Right.
They're synonymous with Italian food in the city. I don't care. You could keep all these other joints. To me, I was there from the very beginning and saw Alex Dana grow this into what it is. It's an empire, and I was part of it, and he was my mentor. And to me, this guy culinarily is like a genius. He's a savant when it comes to food. And just being around him, I never realized how much it rubbed off on me. Because like I have, listen, we have a restaurant. You're gonna have problems, right? And when I'm trying to figure out the problem, I'm like, I'll call him and I'll say, hey, this is what's going on with this. Is this the way to fix it? He goes, yeah, right. But I learned that from being around him. And I was around him. I didn't talk. I didn't say shit. I just listened to him. And he sold me my first restaurant when I was 33 years old. Bought my first restaurant. That was in the city. Had a great little joint. A hopping place. It was fantastic.
What was that one called?
It was called Nana's.
Nana's.
Next to Harry Carey's. It was great. Greatest little joint. It was 100 seats, manageable. It was fantastic. Loved it. And then got divorced and everything must go. But it was a great joint. And people to this day I still have customers that come by me. Had this Indian guy, Shilu was his name.
Okay.
He would eat by me every day. And he'd come in and drink Johnny Blue and have his lunch. And it was that kind of business because you had the Chicago Sun-Times was there. All Quaker Oats and all these big companies were there. So my lunches were just mob jammed. I'd be sending 400 sandwiches to the Merc at this floor and this floor 200, 600. Like it was a happening. I had the greatest little restaurant ever. Channel 7 people, Channel 5. Like everybody, all the media people, everybody ate in this joint. Well, this Shilu guy, every day was in. He's an Indian guy, right? What are you doing? You know how he talked, right? The nicest guy ever. Come with his family. He was a beautiful guy. So one day I told my guy Mikey, turn the lights on a little bit. I go, Shiloh, come here. I took a chair and I put it in the middle of the whole dining room. So lunch is going. I go, hey, everybody's attention, please. I said, we have a special ceremony we're going to perform right now. We're going to bring Shiloh into our culture and into our society. Yeah. The Sons of Italian. I made up something, right? So out from the kitchen comes my guys with a provolone and a salami, big salami.
Okay.
And I knighted him. Shiloh, you be now our Shiolino. And I gave him the name Shiolino and everything, right?
I love that.
You are now Italian. Oh, I love it. What the puck? He'd go, what the puck? You know what I mean? Really. So now fast forward. About a month ago, I get a call on my restaurant. No, I get an inbox on my Instagram.
Yeah.
It was his son. His son used to come. He was a little kid.
Yeah.
But now he's like a famous Indian singer, whatever. He's like Ravi Shankar kind of guy, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Shilu's son. I go, oh my, how's your father? He goes, we're going to come by you. I said, oh, please come by me.
Yeah.
And they came to see me, and it was like, oh my God, here's Shield. I go, Shiolino. And he would say, what the fuck? Oh, what the puck? He would go like this.
That's great, dude.
So now they've been back coming to the restaurant. It was like, this was my big, one of my greatest customers for my restaurant. It's like, the relationships that you form in this business, if they're good ones, they're great and they last forever.
They're solid.
Yeah, that relationship.
That's the moral of the story.
I love that.
Shiolino.
Shout out to Shiolino.
Yeah, I feel like Rosebuds is just, you have all these new places that pop up that want to be like hip and almost like a club vibe. And I just don't appreciate that. I mean, it's one thing, if you're targeting a specific demographic, but like Rosebuds has been through thick and thin. I mean, they never change. They're consistent on what they do, their values, their food, their culture, their service.
It's always food first.
And you don't cheat your customers.
No,
you get beautiful portions.
Yeah. But the food first thing is like, you see all these guys, they have groups. The group, this group, that group, group. This was one guy by himself that tackled this thing. And listen, he dodged raindrops and he did whatever he had to do to stay in business. But 50 years later, think about all these guys with their groups. They're not going to be around in 5 years, let alone 50.
Yeah.
Right?
Big time.
Think about the longevity of, right?
Yeah.
Right?
It takes a lot of fucking balls, man. And a lot of stress.
But can we talk about your family?
Sure.
Right. So think about them. I remember when it would be your wife's grandfather and Peter. They had the place in Bloomingdale.
Yep.
And now look what they have.
35 years, I think.
And look how hard that they work. Hard.
It's still every day.
It rock and rolls every day.
And it's still a grind every day.
But you know why? Because he's there and he puts his time in.
That's one thing I don't understand. We were talking about this on the show before. Remember when you used to go to the restaurant and the owner used to be there, used to come up, hey, how's your meal? How you doing? Can I get you anything? You don't see that unless you're in an old school joint.
I'm in my joint. I'm touching tables.
I mean,
I'm like, Yeah.
My father owned a restaurant too, and he came out all the time.
What did he have?
He had a restaurant called Da Luciano's. It's on Grand and First Avenue,
Elmwood Park,
River Grove.
Okay, yeah.
And he always came out.
I know the place.
And he came out. He was always happy to see people and see his customers and tell stories and this and that and.
But that's the world that we come from. Like, like I'm 63. I know you guys don't believe it, but I'm 63.
You look good for 60. I'm going to be true.
But I'm 63.
Good for 63.
But I've been around all these guys that are in their 80s since I was like 17. So think about the education I got. But that's the way that this business always was. You're there, you work, your family understood, and that's the way it is. Now it's like, you got the groups, and nothing wrong with being in a group, but I'm a one-man gang. Like I don't have a group. You know what I mean? Like my store is mine on my own. I get to fly that flag because my friend, my mentor, did me a solid because of But what he did for me is absolutely incredible, and I am forever indebted to him, to his family, for what he did for me and my family because of time served, basically. And you don't hear those stories. Like people are too much. This is all mine. I'm keeping this. Fuck you guys. This is all mine. You can't have anything. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Right?
No, you're spot on. You're spot on. Did you mention who your mentor was? Did you?
Alex Dana.
Alex
Dana Rosebud. Yeah.
Alex Dana.
And listen, he is a tireless worker. I watch his work ethic, and I will literally use him when I'm talking to my staff and saying, because when we were part of them, we're still part of them, but when we were under their ownership, it was like, oh my God, I'm like, and then once I got in there, they knew that like because I came out to this store to kind of straighten this store out and turn it around for them, because that was one of my fortes I was pretty good at.
Okay.
I remember we took over a place, him and I put in probably 120 hours a week for like a year to turn this joint around that we were in.
Can you say that again for people listening that
they may have missed it?
They want to work just the 40 hours?
120 hours a week, 7 days a week. I put in this joint to turn it around and gave no fucks. Like it was like, this is what I do.
Yeah.
And because listen, if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. You've heard that saying, right? But in the restaurant business, it could also be your social life. So where am I? I'm not a drinker. I don't drink. I don't go out dancing. Like, what am I going to do? So I could dance too, but
you're a singer. You got a good voice, right?
I could sing. I'll sing for you later. But in the restaurant business, it's a really good industry. Like everybody's like, oh my God, you gotta work. Yes, you have to work, And like I'll tell my manager, yes, I expect you to work 50 hours a week. That's what I expect. For what I pay you, that's a 50-hour-a-week job.
Right.
Well, I want 2 days off. No.
You're in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
That's the wrong place. You
don't love what you do.
Yeah.
You're not in the right spot.
And being a server used to be a very noble profession. I am lucky by me. I have a handful of professional servers. I got one guy with me, Tony C., that's been with Rosebud 42 years out of the 50.
Holy cow.
42 years. He's by me.
Holy cow.
42 years. And here's a guy comes in every day, shakes my hand, and I know him from 42 years ago. Him and I go back that long. I know him when he was a busboy, a kid, right?
Yeah.
Shakes my hand, shows me respect as the owner, and does whatever is asked of him, and he'll go above and beyond because he knows the drill, because that's the world we came from. The way we were trained by Mr. Dana, there's no excuse for that, because he still works that hard. He's not one of these restaurant guys that's an absentee owner. He's in one of his restaurants every single day, if not in 4 or 5 of them.
Right.
He's somewhere every day in a kitchen, in a restaurant, building one, doing one, whatever he's doing. He's
got his hands on it.
Yeah, he's not jetting off to New Guinea to go surfing or whatever they do. I don't know what they do.
No, you got to surf in New Guinea.
I don't know. If they don't, we're gonna start surfing in New Guinea.
Yeah, in any business, you got to have your finger on the pulse. If you're an absent owner, there's no way. Even if you got the best guy in place,
no,
you don't know the direction of where you're going.
Finding somebody that has your same vision as an owner is very difficult. You even like your own children will never do it the way you want it done.
Sure.
I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. because what we've done with our kids is we've given them a different path in life. You know, my son's educated, went to school, has a master's degree. Like it's different. You know, like it's just a different path. So, like I was like, you want him in? I don't want him in either one of my businesses because he doesn't have the temperament for it. You know, it's like my two businesses are tough, and then throw the acting on there. You get used to hearing no a lot.
Okay.
You know, when you audition, you know, you don't get the job, and it's like, you know, you have to have thick skin, you know.
Yeah, I bet you do. Let's talk about the acting a little bit. Dude, what was the first job or what was the first role that you played?
I played Snoopy in A Good Man Charlie Brown in the 8th grade play.
Love that.
Nice.
You're probably the best Snoopy out there.
I got a picture.
We're gonna put that up.
I got to pay something even bullshit. You know?
Yeah.
You know, and then I went to school and I figured, okay, I'm in high school and I joined chorus because I had a rock band. I joined chorus and I joined theater because that's where all the girls were.
There you go.
The girls were in those classes.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to Davia, it was a trade school for auto body, but I never went to class. I went to the traveling tour, went to cosmetology. I went to, like, you know what I mean? That's where I hung out. I swear to God.
All the chicks.
Then I wanted to be a barber. I wanted to be like a hairstylist. Let me be. My fingers were too big for this scissors. I'm like, that's not going to work. I couldn't play a guitar. My fingers were too big. This isn't going to work either. But I had a rock band in high school. But it's just weird how things just happen. You know, I don't even know where we're going.
So, well, okay, let me ask you this: you're going through these trade schools and like you're playing, you're in a band. Like, did you start with the music first, or did you start with boxing?
You asked me. See, I got memories to show you. You asked me what was my first thing. So now,
yes.
Fast forward. So now there was a movie that Goldie Hawn was doing called Wildcats. Charlie Sheen was in it, and Wesley Snipes, and they were having an open call for it. So I went down there, but then I'm like, I'm not waiting for all this, so fuck it. I'm not waiting.
Yeah.
So I went and had lunch downtown. Like, I'm not going to go wait in line.
Right.
So, and then another thing happened. Then I got a call years later to be on the Untouchables, the TV series. I played a fighter on there.
Okay.
And then I kind of liked it, but I'm like, you know, it was a lot of hurry up and waiting around, you know, because you're like an extra or whatever. It's whatever. And then I kind of laid off, and then had my restaurant Nana's downtown, and all of a sudden it's like they're filming a lot of stuff in town, and they were filming. There was a TV series called Early Edition.
Okay,
it was Kyle Chandler. It was like a cat would drop off the newspaper, Tomorrow's News Today, so he'd know like, Jimmy Smith is going to get hit by a bus on the corner, and then he'd go and make sure it didn't happen. Right.
Yeah.
So I played a fighter in that, and I played a boxer in that, and they got me hitting the bag and all this stuff, and then did a couple independent films with the guy Vito Brancato, who's a tremendous director, artist, writer, everything, just tremendous. And then I got couple other shows I was on, and then I laid off of it. I stopped because it's like, it's kind of boring waiting around. And then like in 2012, I get a call from my friend Eamon, who's the director. He's the first AD, and he says, "Listen, Bill's in town. We're shooting this TV show, Mob Doctor, and he's really upset with the people they're bringing. Would you come into the studio and maybe put you in be one of his crew members like that? He wants a guy like you." Okay, so I go there and I get the part. Well, so they had guys like Biff and Char, like guys that weren't like tough looking guys that were put. So he wanted to get rid of all those guys and put like guys involved, right? So. Yeah. So then I get, I was a principal extra, it was called. Well, all of a sudden, they elevated me to cast, and I got a reoccurring role because one day they were shooting in Lincoln Park, and he was like, I get a call, it was my day off, and they're like, "Where's Bobby?" "He's off today. Get him here." He goes, "I'm a mob boss." He goes, "I would never be anywhere without my right-hand guy. When I work, he works." So he stuck his neck out as an actor.
Wow.
And did that for me. So then all of a sudden, boom, I'm in, right? And rock and rolled from there, and then got an agent, picked up a part here, so I ended up doing some movies. We just did a film called Before Dallas. It was about the Kennedy assassination. Vito Brancato did that. We just came out with it. It's in some festivals now. And then I just filmed this week a movie called Godshot. It's a true story about a young guy, Sam Horowitz, who was on the wrong path in life and got back on the right path through some mentorship from somebody, me, and so I got to play myself in the movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
and this kid's whole life changed. His whole life changed for the better, and he's a tireless worker, and I couldn't be so proud of this guy because everything he sets out to do, he wins. He's a winner, this kid.
That's great.
But he did 10 years in the penitentiary. He was a bad kid, gangbanger, armed robber, but he turned his whole life around. And it stemmed through boxing, came first through boxing, and then I took him on a movie set that I was a coordinator on and an actor on, and I brought him with me, and you saw him get bit by the bug, and he was like, wow.
This is good.
Loves it.
And then all of a sudden became a stuntman and a writer, and he was writing on the show Power and did all these things, and all of a sudden now he wrote this screenplay about his life and it got picked up. He raised the money, and he's shooting this movie about his life now with the really good super cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, wow. Like,
It's crazy, just the ripple effect of that
Yeah.
story. Like,
Yeah.
just the pivot from, like you were saying, fuck it, I'm just going to go to lunch downtown.
right.
And then just how it affected you, it affected somebody else. You're just putting positive vibes in.
If I never would have taken him on that set, none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
He never would have found his way to the movie business, and he'll tell you that himself. And I'm only proud of him because here's a kid that doesn't have any quit in him, doesn't take no for an answer, and he will turn over every stone. He's super aggressive.
Yeah.
But think about it, he was a Jewish kid, a gangbanger.
Wow.
That went to the
You don't hear
penitentiary.
that.
Yeah,
You don't hear many Jews
Yeah.
gangbangers.
and his name is Sammy Horowitz. I'm like, you should be my CPA, not a fighter. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
really?
You should be living in the North Shore.
Right, but he lives in Hollywood. Married a nice girl. His whole life is fantastic because he never quit. He never ever quit, and he was the kind of kid. If he saw a hose, he wanted to be a fireman. He saw a cow, he wanted to be a farmer. Saw a gun, he wanted to be a policeman. Like,
Sure.
So when he throws himself, like we got into cigars, he knows that like he's a madman about anything he throws, wraps his head around. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So this whole acting, this whole business, he threw his whole everything into it, and now he's having it's surreal that he's getting a movie done about him.
Yeah.
And William Forsythe had a pretty good part in it, and William Forsythe's a great actor, was a great mentor to me. He is one of the best actors I've ever been around, and he got on this project because he loved the fact that this kid turned his life around. He goes, I want to be part of this project. I mean, he's probably done 200 films, this guy, and he signed on to this to be able to. Ron Perlman's in it. John Barenthal's doing a cameo. Barenthal's a monster.
Yeah.
Just a great cast, and I couldn't be happier to be part of it. The director, Gabby Bernstein, this director was just a solid, real super pro.
Yeah.
From London, lives in London. Just like the kid, what this kid put together is just remarkable. Just remarkable.
Speaking of cigars, we have a gift for you, actually.
Yeah. Got a couple stogies for you.
Oh my God! Who told you I smoke cigars?
A little birdie.
Oh, Vinny.
Yeah, a little birdie.
Well, Birdie, yeah. Those are for you. Wow. Hope you enjoy them. You mentioned cigars, so we're like, well, we'll give them to you early.
This cigar is very near and dear to my heart.
The Liga.
Yeah, but because I had another mentor in my life, Tony Shalaba. Tony was a knock-around guy, street guy. But he was in the produce business and was really successful. And this guy mentored me like incredible. Another guy like Alex Dana, just an old timer, and this was what he had.
Yeah.
And he'd chew on it. Wouldn't smoke, he'd just chew it. And
Yeah.
he had boxes of them. He didn't smoke them at all, but this was the cigar he had. So this is kind of like, it's weird how things work out. That's another beauty too. Wow, this is touching. Oh, my father's cigar. Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Of course.
Where do you smoke? What lounge do you smoke at lounges or no?
Yeah, it's called the Bobby Hitz house.
Yeah. That's how I am too.
Yeah, I'll smoke on my patio at the restaurant. I'll smoke sometimes in my house, even though it's like I probably shouldn't. It's like, what do I care? It's my house.
Yeah.
Because I'm like my papa was a cigar smoker, and I got pictures of I'm like 4 years old with a cigar in my mouth. Like I grew up around cigars.
Yeah.
Cigars and pigeons. My papa had pigeons. We had the pigeon coop in the back,
Yeah.
and he had the store. Everybody so it's like I had that whole neighborhood thing on the west side. It's like that's what you saw. It was great.
There's a photo of my wife's grandfather, and he's got this cigarette, and it's almost about to ash, and he's got his hand on the pan. He's got a big spoon, and he's stirring the sauce. It's at the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like I remember my Nana and Papa smoking cigarettes in the house, and before it used to be smoking or non-smoking section. Like it's so different.
Yeah, God, I remember you'd have dinner. You'd be at a steakhouse having dinner, and as soon as you're done, you light up a cigar after dinner, have a cognac. Like it was like gentlemen. It was great.
Yeah.
No one can. It's not fun anymore. It's not fun to go out anymore. It really isn't. And it's like you could be sitting like this, just with this, and somebody go, you're not supposed to smoke that. Yeah, no kidding. It's not lit, genius. See this? Like I hate people that don't mind their fucking business.
I know.
So then I'll tell them, you know what? They say milk is good for your teeth. You know what else is? Minding your business.
Yeah.
No,
I get that. I'm a big cigar guy too.
Love it.
It's almost like you're like. People make you feel bad because you're having a cigar. Like
they're not having any fun.
Yeah, I've been out a couple times.
To be honest with you,
and I smell it, and when I smell it, I say that's a good burn. What do you got there? And it's a conversation starter.
But I feel bad for you guys because you guys don't have the cabaret that we did when we were your age. When I was your age,
we talk about that.
We would go out. We'd go out on a Friday night. There'd be 10, 12 of us. We'd go to Rosebud on Taylor Street because it was the only restaurant that he had.
Yeah.
Get the round table. Sylvia, Ronnie DeRosa's mom, would wait on us. Sylvia was her sister Blossom, and she took care of all of us guys, and she was fantastic. And you had those servers that were just like your mom, you know what I mean? And then we'd get done there, and we'd go to a nightclub downtown and hang out. And everybody was dressed up nice and slacks and shirts and sport coats, and it was like a time, you know. Then I bounced in bars that were just super classy and sharp, and it's like that doesn't exist anymore.
Do you guys have a dress code at Rosebuds?
Listen, people call me all the time and say that. I go, listen, if you got somewhere to put your money, come in your underwear. I could care less how you dress. Yeah. But it's like, guys come with baseball hats. But it's like I had a guy come in one time, and this guy's he's an older gentleman. Him and his wife, they come and they're dressed nice and pulls up in the Jag, and he's really sharp. And he's like, I don't really like spending $300 on dinner, and a guy sitting with a baseball hat on. I said, man, but unfortunately, the guy with the baseball hat just pulled up in that $500,000 Rolls Royce. Yeah. What am I supposed to tell him? Take it off?
Isn't it wild today?
You can't differentiate anymore. So to me, I don't discriminate. Come as you are. To me, the world has changed.
Yeah.
And so you can't even have a dress code anymore because, you insult somebody and, guys with baseball hats. I always want to give them the Tony Soprano line. Hey, we took the bleachers out of here two weeks ago. We don't sell hot dogs. Take that hat off.
Oh, I must have missed the memo today with the Goppeline, the little Gop.
But if you go to a restaurant, I'm saying
sure, no, absolutely.
There's
and I don't wear a hat like this at a nice restaurant.
But you'd be surprised at people that do.
Yeah.
But it's like
I judge them. I'd be honest with you, I do. I just can't stand it. Maybe it's how I was raised.
But the times are different now. So in that's also being like I feel like I'm an old person because my experiences are all older things, right? And I've had to reinvent myself a whole bunch of times and turn a blind eye to things I normally wouldn't. And and I just have a saying: it costs nothing to be nice. It's the freest thing you do is just be nice. I
love that.
So it's the world we live in now. So and I mean I don't know. My nanny used to always go, "I'm not from this world. I can't." Like she was 80-something years old, and like she couldn't get like how we were. But so now I completely understand what she was saying. Mm-hmm. I get it because like I don't get all this. Like however this world is, like I don't get it.
It's a lot of changes.
I mean, it's
a lot of things
even
are
just
different.
with like people going to restaurants.
Here's the problem. It's this.
Yes, it is.
Here, when I started in the restaurant business, you had Pat Bruno, wrote for the Sun-Times. He was the food critic. And you had James Ward, that was on ABC, the Chow Chow for Now guy. He would do the restaurants every Friday night, right? And when one of those two guys did your restaurant, it was assured success. So James Ward used to do my place 4 times a year. Every quarter he would do me winter, spring, summer, fall for how we were changing the menu and whatever. And it was a sure win every time he did that.
Yeah.
And then Pat Bruno. But now you have 200 food critics in your restaurant every night with this giving their opinion of how your sauce should taste. It's like I told the guy one time, I said, listen, let me come sit you when you're in your cubicle. Let me critique you and how you work. Like I said, let me ask you a question. What gives you the right to try to destroy someone's livelihood with your opinion? And I told a lady one time, she's like, I'm going to put something on Google. I said, let me ask you a question. What makes you think you're that important? Anybody cares what you have to say? You're not that important.
Yeah.
Because she couldn't sit at a table that someone was sitting at that she wanted. So people are so entitled. It's like,
I was just going to say.
She's like, I want that table. I'm like, ma'am, those people are having dinner. I can't give it. Well, I want that table. What am I supposed what am I supposed to do?
How would they feel?
I'll give you a table anywhere. I can't put you there. They're sitting there having dinner.
Right.
But, and if I knew those people, I might say to them, hey, listen, let me buy you dinner. Let me move you here. Like, I try everything in my power to make every single person happy. I go out of my way.
Yeah.
I bend over backwards, But when you get the guy that's like, the bolognese sauce, it's not like mine. Okay, well, what's not like yours? Well, I put Italian sausage in mine. Well, then that's not bolognese. You Stunad. You know what I mean? Come on. So you get that kind of stuff. It's like, oh my God. It's like what you have to contend with people nowadays. Just smile and whatever. Like I had a nun call me today about a deal, and I'm like, "Is this for like the Catholic Church?" I said, "Let's do it. Come on." I said, "I'm looking for a seat at the table when I get to the pearly gates." So, come on, it's like you just try to be friendly, be nice, and be genuine.
Yeah.
Most people can understand the genuineness, and if there's an issue in a restaurant, because there's always going to be something that someone doesn't like.
Right.
First thing I'll say, is this the worst thing that ever happened in your life?
Right.
If it isn't, I can fix it. If it is, you're the luckiest person. Well, let me hug you, because if having a bad bacala is what upsets you, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a fine line between, people, complaining about the bolognese or like throwing up a fit about it and giving you a shitty review. Like, you gotta, like, there's a line that you gotta respect.
Well, it's funny. I don't know about any other industry, but in the restaurant industry, people think because they're sitting down and you're serving them, they can talk to you any way they want. And like, I'll literally say, like, let me stop you right there. What makes you think because I work in a restaurant, you could speak to me like how you're talking to me? What makes you think you could do that? I go, because I want you to remember something. I'm somebody's father. I'm somebody's son. I'm somebody's uncle. I'm somebody's brother. I'm somebody's friend.
A person.
I'm somebody.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just talk to me, like talk down to me. Like, you want to have a conversation. Let's talk about it. But once you want to cross that line, I don't know if I'm the right person to do that with. And I'll tell
you step away.
And I'll literally be that forward, because it's like they take liberties at trying to destroy you for no reason. And to me, like I said, it costs nothing to be nice. Everybody has a bad day. Today might have been mine. It might have been yours. If you walk in pissed off at your wife, don't take it out on me or my server. Like in this business, you have to contend with a whole lot of things. And sometimes my methods aren't orthodox, and everybody will say, oh, you shouldn't do that. Well, let me put you in the hot seat and see how you would act when someone does that to you.
Much different.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
because I could honestly say I am the nicest fucking guy out there. Like, I will bend over backwards. I will help anybody. I will give till it hurts. I will do whatever I can do to make you happy.
Yeah.
And my goal every day is to make every single person in my restaurant happy.
Yeah.
But if you're not a happy person, I can't make you happy.
That's so
right?
true.
So who does the onus fall on? Just because I'm selling you food and you're sitting there buying it from me doesn't mean you get to abuse me or my staff or anybody else. There's a line.
Right.
There's a line. And people are just so entitled now. Like, I don't get it.
I'm glad you're talking about this side, because there's this, sometimes we talk about the other side where it's like, oh, the service there sucks, or oh, this is like there's too much light on that. And I'm glad you're bringing up the other side of the coin, where it's like, listen, we're doing the best we can with what we got, and you're coming in here saying this and this and that, and it's not always fair.
Here, my reviews are very stellar, and if so to me, when I have a slew of 5-star reviews that are, and I'm not lying here, I'm going to show you right here.
Bring them up.
Here, I got a 4.8. It's a 4.8 out of. I mean, that's big. That's on our open table, which is the reservation thing.
Yeah.
But look at all the 5-star reviews.
They're all 5-star.
Right? Look at that. Now you get to a guy, here's a 4, but see, some people won't give you a 4. They won't give you a 5 because, well, nothing's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so you're the person to say nothing's perfect?
We got to weigh that.
It's almost like the consumer has so much power over your business that they can they can tank you.
Here's a review. Beautiful restaurant. I have a show I actually want to do, but it pertains to this. But here, this is a 4-star review. Beautiful restaurant. It was quiet on a Thursday evening, so the noise level was quiet. Service was great, attentive, not too much. I had the Primavera, it was just okay. My friend had a dish of red sauce, which I don't know what that is, and enjoyed it. Had a good time. Good for, and I got 4 stars out of that. Okay, let me find a bad one. Oh, here's a bad one.
I got bad reviews too.
Yeah,
we all do.
Let me find a bad one.
We all do.
But here, when you have a slew of 4s and 5s, and mostly are 5s, a bad one is like, well, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Well,
yeah.
And I think people are starting to get wise to that, I think.
On top of it, too, you could have 500 5 stars and have a 1 star.
And that's one that bothers me.
And then it's like, okay, I have a 4.5. How the fuck do I have a 4.5? I got 500 other 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
And now I'm like,
here, I'm having to go all the way back to
2000.
No, I'm going back to I'm in October now.
Okay.
We're in almost end of November.
Well, for one, who's got the time to?
Bingo,
People,
even myself, I'm like,
off of it.
especially if I knew there was a problem, I tried to fix the problem. I did fix the problem, and then you still got the balls later to fucking write the review.
Right.
Like, dude, and then how can I respond in a way where I'm not being a jag-off, but then I'm like, okay, well, this is the situation. You're always the jag-off. Right. I mean, it doesn't matter. You're either the jag-off or you're the best person in the world in business for that customer. You're never going to please everybody. And when I started in business, that was tough for me because I'm like, dude, just like you, whatever you need, the customer's always right, even if I got to fucking eat it.
Well, when somebody says to me, the customer's always right, I go, not in here. I said, not necessarily. I said, we can agree to disagree.
Right.
I try to make fun and have fun no matter what it is.
Yeah.
No matter what the situation is, I try to dumb it down with a joke or something.
I like that. Make it light.
Yeah. It's like I had a table of 8 come in, and the lady gave me one of these.
The customer.
Do you remember The Sopranos?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember in the episode where Artie Bucco's wife, Tony's wife, went like this to her?
Yeah.
And she felt very insulted. So I'm like, I'm going to have some fun with this. So, so I walk over, I go, yes, how can I help you? And she's like, I go, what's this? You fanning yourself? What is this all about? well, then it kind of turned into like a thing, right? And they were from New York, and and I was just having some banter with them. Well, then the girl there, this chubby girl, not that I'm being chubby, but she was a chubby girl. That's how I remember her being chubby. Well, I'm Greek, and my father was in the restaurant business. I said, well, we know how he would have handled this. You wouldn't get anything from him. I said like that, like why are you trying to challenge me with
tit for tat,
restaurant intellect? Your father wouldn't have sent anything to the table.
Is your father still in business?
My father-in-law owned a restaurant, right? I've got family that owns banquet halls, and we're in the food industry.
Yeah.
And if we're in that situation, if we're going to a restaurant, breakfast, lunch, whatever, we know what we're doing? We're helping out the servers. If we're done with our plates, we're collecting them and put them all in one spot. And that way, we're trying to help you out.
Right.
So if your father owned a business, hey, you know what we're feeling over here.
And usually like my reservations are crazy. I'll do like 300 people on a Saturday night, but it's from 4:30 to 7 o'clock.
Yeah, right
like,
at that.
Think about that crush of people
I know.
that
Huge
you're turning.
rush.
Think about that. It's not like it's like you might do 300 people from 1 o'clock till 9 o'clock.
Right.
My
Spread.
my reservations are done at like I have like a 3.5 hour window where it's a firefight.
Yeah.
And it's like
Tight.
Like I had a guy 2 weeks ago. I go, what's the matter? He goes, I don't like this table. I go, sir, look around. You can see tables are a premium here. Real estate is not plentiful. I said, but let me move you. Come on, I'll move you. I said, but before I move you, I'm gonna ask me to do one favor. Okay, what's that? Be nice, be friendly. I said, just be friendly. I said, you need a drink, right? So what are you drinking? I go get him a Manhattan right away. You need a Manhattan stat. I need a Manhattan right now. I go, here's your Manhattan. Now sit down. I want no more complaining out of you. Like joking with him.
Yeah.
But man, he's hugging me. This was great. And then his grandson came over and said, I'm sorry. He goes, my grandfather sometimes gets. I go, oh, it's okay. He goes, he was mad my mom didn't come to dinner, so he walked in there with an attitude. Like that.
There's always something.
Right, but
that they're
at least,
carrying.
but like I totally totally disarmed the whole situation.
You identify that, and you, like you said, you disarm it. Smart. Yeah.
But some people don't let you disarm it because they get insulted.
They get pissed off and they say, "Well, you know what?
You think it's funny?
Get out of here."
They go, "Do you think it's funny?" I go, "It's a little funny."
The customer.
I go, I find humor in everything. I'd be getting in trouble when I was in school. My mom would be yelling at me. I would start laughing. That was just my thing. I'd laugh. Police would arrest me. I would laugh. That was my thing. I laughed in the face of danger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot of these people too, like they want to entice you to have a fight.
They want to rile you up.
Like, come on, man. Like you're here in my restaurant. You came here, or you came to my place of business. You stepped into my house.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, and I really respect that because I'll tell our staff, I'll say, listen, these people pass 20 restaurants to come to our place. We're a destination restaurant. And my pre-shifts are always about uplifting. Let's give these people great service tonight. Let's treat them like their family. Let's really make this work. I said, we have a good team here. Let's show them what we're made. Like I run this almost like a sports team.
I think that's the best way. That's how I run my business.
Yeah, like a sports
You have
team.
to.
Yeah.
We call them pre-shift huddles, post-shift huddles, things like that. And I always tell too, and I've said this on the show, it's like, I don't know who told me this, a mentor said, it's like a play. If Bobby's lines are on and Paulo's lines are on and my lines are on, the play's going to go smooth.
Right.
But it's when one guy's lines are off, it's going to fuck the entire play.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm all. And sometimes I'll stop action. I'll do a timeout, and I'll huddle everybody up in the kitchen. Okay, take a breath. Okay, Busters, come over. You, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's go break. Let's get back out there.
Yeah.
Like I'll stop the action and get everybody together and like, come on, we got to recharge. I feel the wheels are falling off, but because I'm such a perfectionist, I see things that like no one else sees, and like. Maybe I shouldn't be so like on it.
Well, is it because you're a perfectionist, or is it because you have a standard of excellence that was taught to you by Mr. Dano?
You hit it right on the head. But it's like in this day and age, you have to reinvent yourself, knowing what your team is. And like to me, this is the team I have to feel. Like so it's like I have to play with. And I'll tell these guys, well, how come so and so gets a section? I go, let me stop you right there. I said, here's the deal. If you're a starter, you're going to be in the best position. If you're a backup, not so much. I said, what you guys want to do, everybody wants to eat. They don't understand their role. If you want to be a good server and earn a spot on the team that elevates you, then create your value. If you're not creating your value, you're not going to be rewarded in my business. Mm-hmm. Create your value, and then you'll be rewarded.
I think that's a huge nugget, guys, for you guys watching and listening. You have to create yourself some sort of value in order to grow in whatever business you're in. If you want to jump to the next level, if you want to get the next bonus or next hiring position, what are you doing differently than the guy next to you besides just showing up and doing your job? Because I see it in my line of work where people are like, oh, well, I did this, I showed up on time and this and that. And I'm like, that's your job.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Like,
it's you're supposed to do, right.
And you're trying to tell them, you're like, I'm in my head, I'm like, how do I tell this person politely, but like not tell them that like it's your fucking job.
Right.
You know, without offending them.
I would just say that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not going to reward you for you doing what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. You want me to have a parade for you doing what you're supposed to do. It's not going to happen.
Nobody has a parade for me.
Right. But even with my boxers, I'll even tell them, listen, guys, create your value. You want more money, bring in more money. Well, how do you bring in more money? Become more popular. Give me something to sell. Mm-hmm. Let me sell something. Let me sell you in a good fight, but I can't sell a whole show where I have One side is all local guys, and the other side is all from Wisconsin, Iowa,
Ohio.
China, wherever. Exactly. I said, how long can I sell that for? I said, but if a kid from the west side fights a kid from the north side, now guess what? Now we're creating interest and value in the market.
Yeah.
But you guys give me nothing to sell. Yesterday was the 31st anniversary of an epic fight that I put on. Tony La Rock La Rosa against Lenny the Rage LaPaglia. Melrose Park versus Bridgeport. And it was a fucking epic battle. People hanging on the rafters like it was.
Where was it at?
I did it at the Ramada Hotel in Rosemont, the Ramada Rumble. Those are my Ramada Rumbles. And it popped up on my memories yesterday. And I'm like, wow, how I long to make those types of matchups because that's what brings the people out.
Yeah.
So when I tell the fighter, create your value. You want to make $10,000? Fine. Bring 25,000 in ticket sales. You want to make 25,000? Bring 50,000 in ticket sales. Like, I'll pay you anything you want, but bring it.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving it to you if you don't deserve it.
Right.
You know, because where does it come from? I'm not losing money for you.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's easy to lose money in the world of boxing. Very easy.
Yeah, it's like people think just because you're a boxer, like you just showing up to work and show up for the fight, that's your job.
Right.
You know?
And when they say, well, I'm the fighter. Yeah, well, no one showed up at your house with an AK-47 and said, get out of your house, let's go. You're going to be a fighter.
Yeah,
you
chose
you're going to be a milkman.
Right.
You're a fighter. I mean, like that was your choice.
Yeah.
You know, and nothing good comes easy, and it's not the easiest job in the world because if it was, everyone would do it. So I try to tell these guys, listen, you're special. The fact that this is the path that you've chosen makes you special. In your neighborhood, you got a guy who's a mechanic, a guy who's a chiropractor, a guy who drives a truck. You got all kinds of people, right? How many boxers live in your neighborhood? Not many. I go, that makes you special.
Yeah.
So go and create your value off of being special. You know what I mean? And a lot of these guys don't have mentors or things, or when I speak to them, I might as well be speaking Swahili because they don't understand what I'm telling them. But I'm trying to like lift them up, but get them to lift themselves up.
Yeah.
You know, self-motivation is always not easy, but once you achieve that, man,
that confidence.
conquer the world. Yeah.
It's very noble of you for, being in the position that you are, promoting these fights and I think you're very noble, and I read somewhere that you don't exploit these fighters either, right? Because you know how that feels, and you don't wish that upon any of these fighters.
But what's crazy is I get the worst rap in the world. Like I'm a pretty like a lot of the former fighters don't like me and stuff because I'm very honest. I'm very upfront. I tell it like it is. And guess what? I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to tell you what the deal is. And if you want to make up lies and stories, like I had one kid who lost a fight. He fought a kid who was older, had been out of the ring for a long time. It was the right matchup for where this kid was going, and he lost. Well, he wants to blame me for losing. Hey, motherfucker, I wasn't there throwing punches. If I was, I'd have knocked him out. Yeah. So, what are you blaming me for?
Yeah.
Like they don't want to take accountability. And I don't know. I played football. I don't remember a football athlete being that way. Boxing, for some reason, really breeds this sense of entitlement. Yeah. Like everything's supposed to be given to you. And I don't get that, man. Just go, you got to go get it. No one's giving you anything. I'm going to open up a door for you. I'm going to build you. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to make sure. Oh, I love this one too. When they say, well, I don't want to be taken advantage of. I said, let me ask you a question. How much money you got in your pocket? What do you mean? How much money you got in your pocket? Well, I got like $3. Oh, you got $3. What kind of car do you drive? Well, I don't have a car. Where do you live? Well, my mom and dad. Okay. How much money you got in the bank? Well, I don't have a bank account. So let me ask you a question. In this picture, who could be taking advantage of me or you? You got nothing. What am I going to take from you? Yeah. I said, but I'm going to tell you this. You should go home and pray every day that there comes a point in your life where Bobby Hitz could take advantage of you. Because then we're going to jump in my car, my nice car. We're going to drive to church, and we're going to praise God because that means you became somebody.
I love that.
So let's hope you get to the point where you could be taken advantage of, right?
Yeah. I love that.
So these guys, it's but it's usually the people around them that make them believe these fallacies of how important they are.
And they believe it.
And I'm like, listen, if no one ever saw you again, nobody would care. If no one ever saw you in the ring, like, create your value. I go, I know as a promoter, I'm not important at all. Nobody gives two fucks about me, how I feed my family, how I pay my bills. Nobody cares. I could do the greatest show in the world. Then the next day, some guy can do it in a VFW hall, all run down with a keg of beer for sale and sandwiches on a deli tray, and all of a sudden he's the next greatest guy in the world. So nobody cares about me. I'm not important. But I understand that. Like, I don't think I'm important.
Right.
Like I don't have an ego at all. Like, not at all. Like I'm kind of, I'm not that I'm shy, but it's like, I don't like to go a lot of places. Like, I kind of know, like, I don't, it's like, I'm a very complex person.
You do your own thing, though. You got your own thing going on.
But it's like, I understand that, like these fighters, I wish I had a me when I was fighting. They don't get how good they have it. And when I'm gone, nobody will even care. They won't even care. Like, I become the most popular guy in the city when I announce I'm doing a fight. All of a sudden, everybody's calling me
Bobby Hitz.
Yeah, but how I judge my friendships in that business, especially, who calls me on Christmas? Who calls me on my birthday? Who stops by the restaurant to see me? Those are the guys, you know. And I try to tell some of these fighters, listen, it
resonates so well because we talk about this all the time on the show, man.
Yeah, I tell these fighters, listen, if I'm going to work with you, I only work with people that are going to be my friend for my life. I don't want to work with somebody that doesn't get it. I go, this business is a 4-lane highway. I said, so here's the thing. Fighter fights, trainer trains, manager manages, and promoter promotes. If all of a sudden the promoter becomes the trainer becomes the manager becomes the fighter, like, you have confusion, right?
It's all fucked up.
So I go, we have to operate that way. And most of the problems I've ever had with fighters are the fighters that wouldn't let me do my job. Just let me do my job. Let me get you to the promised land.
Yeah.
Stay out of my way. I'm not coming to the gym telling you what you should do. Like, so stay out of my way.
Right.
And it's just tough.
Well,
It's a tough business.
You feel like you mentioned that you don't feel like anyone's appreciating you, or they feel they will appreciate you. They will feel when you're not around and someone else is managing or someone else is promoting, right? They will feel the difference.
No, they'll feel the difference when they're older.
Yeah.
And I had a fighter come to me who, I love this kid. I got him to a world championship. He fucked up. He was on the precipice of great things. Huge fight with De La Hoya if he won this fight. Like everything was like lined up for him.
Yeah.
And someone in the gym, it reminded me of being like you ever been in jail before?
No.
Not recently, no.
You ever been locked up?
Wood.
No, you ever been locked up or anything?
No.
So if you get locked up, there's always that guy in the cell going, "Oh, what are you in for?" "Oh, well, that's a misdemeanor. Don't worry. What are you in for?" "Oh, that's a class X, man. You're fucked. What do you like? You got like that jailhouse attorney telling you what's going to happen to you."
Yeah.
Boxing's the same way. You got a guy in the gym that's always the guy who never amounted to anything, but he's going to tell you what you should be getting.
Pro.
Even though you're fighting for the world title and this guy's a fucking loser, you're going to out of everybody you're going to listen to is going to be the loser because he's telling you what you should be getting, even though he has no working knowledge of anything. Right? And that one guy disrupts your whole entire existence leading into the biggest fight of your life, and you lose. Because when we got to Vegas, I took this kid. I said, come with me. It was an HBO fight. It was a giant fight. I walked him around. I go, look around here. What do you see? What do you mean? I go, you see Oscar De La Hoya's name. You see Winky Wright's name. You see this guy's name, Riddick Bowe. You see everybody's name, right? Where's your name? Nowhere. I go, tomorrow night, go make yourself important because today you're not important. You're important to me. You're important to your family.
Yeah.
But everybody else you're not important to. Go create your importance. And he acquitted him. He did well, but he didn't win. And all of a sudden, it's like he came to me years later, long after he was retired. He said, "You know what? I fucked up. I should have listened to you." He goes, "I know what you were trying to do for me." He goes, "I fucked up." Yeah. And it's like,
you only get one shot in that business.
Yeah. And what I did for this kid and how I maneuvered him, man, I wish I had a me.
Yeah.
Really, And it's sad to me because a lot of these kids don't have that guidance and they have nobody to turn to, and the people that they do turn to aren't the right people. You know, and I tell these guys, listen, if you want to be in the boxing business, and I go, you know, when your car breaks down, you go to a mechanic. When your tooth hurts, you go to a dentist. When you have a cold, you go see a doctor. When your back's out of whack, you go see a chiropractor, right? You want to build a house, you go see a carpenter. When you want to be in boxing, come to somebody that does that. Why are you gonna why would you go anywhere else?
Yeah.
You know? And sometimes
you're taking advice from the wrong people.
Right. It's like, go with God. My resume, I can boast about my resume because it's true, it's real. Like, I don't need to sell I don't need to sell myself to anybody. Nobody. If you're not smart enough to get what I could do for you, go with God. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
People are just soft, man.
Yeah.
Like,
but could you imagine what an oxymoron that is? A fighter being soft.
like,
Isn't that scary?
Not gonna last long, I'll tell you that.
Isn't that scary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not scary for the other guy.
No.
like,
The other guy will be like, that's what I'm looking for. A soft fighter.
But like, I was around like guys like Jake LaMotta, the Raging Bull. I mean, he used to be in my house. Like, this guy, what an animal. Like, you know, like Boom Boom Mancini. Like, guys who really
he's a
got
stud,
it.
dude.
You
I
know what I
met him
mean?
a few months ago too.
Yeah, it's like those, like,
He's an animal, dude.
those are the guys that like I looked up to. You know, not some guy with a bottle rocket in his ass.
Yeah.
Jake Paul.
But I like Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul is a really good fighter for what his experience level is.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, he's a ballsy kid. He's fighting this Anthony Joshua, which isn't a walk in the park. Most guys would stay away from him. And he's going to take him on.
I feel like I don't even know how to even help these people. Like, is it worth even helping, or is it just, I hate to just complain about it.
You know what it is? Yeah, if you love people and you could find 20 people, if you could help one of them, you did your job. That's how I look at it. Like, I'm never going
Can't
to
help everyone, yeah.
I'm never going to give up on people, and I will always buy into people, and I'll keep trying. And if I could save one kid, I did my job. You know what I mean? And I truly love people. I love talking to people. I love meeting people. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. I'll have a conversation with the CEO of a Fortune 500 company or the bellhop at a hotel and everybody in between. Like to me, I think people are so interesting, and everybody has a different story and where they've been and how they've gotten there and whatever. And it's like, and you could just learn so much by talking to people. Like you know, like yesterday when I was working on the movie, like there's extras and then there's actors. There's a difference, right? But like I just go hang with I don't
Doesn't matter.
But some actors get like
uppity.
Yeah, it's like to me like first of all, I'm just a me. It's I'm not that big of a deal. But I'm sure when they like, oh, this was like one of the actors. You know what I mean? Like, but to me, I'm like, hey, it's like I'm just normal. You know what I mean? I don't care. You know.
Well, I'm telling you what, you come off very normal. Very easy to talk to. Very, very, very normal. And
so all your planned questions, you didn't even need them.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing too. Like,
Doc.
I've seen people like become successful and they were just normal neighborhood guys, and it's just like they just change, man.
I got to tell you, and I always say this, like I know one day, and I swear I'm going to hit the lottery, like the big one. I'll be the richest guy you know. I will one day. I'm going to be.
I love it.
And I'm still going to be the same way.
Yeah.
I'm not, I wouldn't change anything. I'm not buying a watch. I'm doing none of that.
Yeah.
Maybe a plane.
Do you know?
There you go. Go somewhere. December 19th is when this show might
Where's
air.
it, Vegas?
It's Miami. It looks like.
Yeah, it's in Miami.
This show might air.
Yeah.
After that, but
Oh yeah. So there's a fight that just was maybe coming up. I don't know.
That happened already. Whatever.
Do you know Carlo Bertoli owns Pizza Boy?
Sure.
He's in Edison Park.
Yeah.
He was on the show a couple weeks ago.
I saw his wife at the Bears game on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It was a good game too.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was there.
He boxed.
Yeah, he did.
What, apples and oranges?
Yeah.
What did he box?
I don't know. He said he boxed.
I never heard that
some
story.
Hands around.
I have to
Yeah.
ask him.
Carlo.
Carlo.
Hello, Carlo. Carlo.
Yeah.
No, but like
Nice guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I like Carlo a lot. Yeah.
those are like I'm one of those guys. Like if I'm with you till the end.
Yeah.
If it's a Sunday and you're calling, I'm gonna answer the call.
Yeah.
If it's 2 a.m., and you need a bag of cash to get out somewhere because you're in a pinch, I hope if you're calling
I need
me,
your phone number.
yeah.
I'm gonna get your phone. Yeah.
If you're calling me,
we-
I know that I can call you.
That's the thing, the reciprocation. Like,
I can't do that with a bunch of guys. I mean, the guys that we roll with, maybe 5 on my hand that I can go to war with.
Listen, I always say, in order to have a friend, you have to be a friend. And if you can't be, in how I judge a friend, it's the guy you call at 2 a.m. with a flat tire on the highway. That's your friend,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Not some Johnny come lately that's only wants to be around when things are going well, or they want to be part of the party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
And you can
always tell who your friends are when you're moving.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Come over and help me move these boxes.
That's very true. Yeah, and who's going to be there, and who's coming with a box of food, or so I mean, those are good guys.
I mean, I take it personally, man, because like if I'm in a relationship with somebody and I'm putting my all in, and there's nothing in reciprocation, not that I need to have anything in reciprocation, but if I don't feel that, like, I'm out.
Right.
And some people, Bobby, I don't know about you, like, they'll look at me like, oh, this guy's a jagoff. No, I'm not a jagoff. I'm just not going to waste my time with a guy who's not going to be invested in a friendship.
You know, I'm always of the belief, if I do something for somebody, I don't expect anything in return. Like right. I'm doing it because I want to, and that's just it. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Like, I like people, and people could always use a helping hand. You know, like with the restaurant, I told my staff, I go, find me 5 families that we could provide Thanksgiving dinner for. And I said, I don't want, here I'm talking about it now, but it's like, you know, my chef, they said, or this order, I go, no, I'm donating that. Like, this is not, don't put this on my comp. This goes on mine. Like, you know, it's like,
noble.
But I didn't do it for any other reason except it's the right thing to do, and people need help.
Yeah.
And if everybody would just help somebody else,
pay it forward.
What a great world this would be if someone just helped the next person, help somebody. Like I'll be in a restaurant, and I literally, no bullshit, every time I'm in a restaurant, I'll look around that room and I'll go, bring me their check. And I'm not a wealthy guy by any stretch of imagination, but knowing how to spend it, I'm the best spender in the world. Making, I'm not so good at, but I could spend it. Like, I could hold class on how to spend money.
Yeah.
You know
how to
but
do
it's like
that.
It's like a line from Pope of Greenwich Village. Knowing how to spend it, Pop. That's success.
Okay.
That's success. But it's like, think about the shock somebody gets when a stranger picks up their check.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine the check. Like, people get shocked when they pick up somebody
coffee,
else. Coffee.
Yeah, in the drive-through.
But an actual check at a restaurant, that's a whole other story.
I make sure it's not for like 20 people.
Yeah, what's going on over there? What do they order?
No, but it's like, you know, I don't know. Like I said, it costs nothing to be nice, and if you could pay it forward, to me, if I have a good day, if something good happens for me, I want something good to happen for somebody else.
Yeah,
and I really try to live my life that way. I really do. You know, it's I don't know.
But just like we're doing this podcast, if I could help 1 out of 100 people to give them a gold nugget, or put them in touch with somebody, or maybe change their day for a different perspective, or give them self-motivation to be better, then dude, that's all. Because, you know, what else is there in life now besides not helping people?
Yeah.
No. That's why I'm always a big proponent of, it's not about money, man. It's not.
It's still an issue 40 years later.
Right. You know, because all the money in the world doesn't assure you of pure happiness.
Very true.
Like real happiness.
Yeah.
You know, it's who can you be broke with is the person you should be rich with. Right?
I tell my wife that all the time, man. We came from a box.
Right.
We had to come back to a box. It is what it is.
Right. And the way I look at my life, it's like, I'm an 8th grade graduate. I'm not supposed to own big restaurants and have a good, I'm not supposed to be driving a bike. I'm not supposed to have anything.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Right.
I'm not supposed to have anything. Not that I have anything, but even what I have, I'm not supposed to have
that. Right.
You know? And I start over every day. Like today, every day I get up is a brand new day for me. I bring nothing from yesterday with me. Nothing. No, and my girl is always like, she goes, you're like amazing. She goes, nothing moves you. I said, you know what? That's a good and a bad thing. Like, I don't get excited about stuff. Like, I don't get excited to go anywhere, do anything, have anything, because I feel like I've done like everything. I've met everybody. I've had up to this point a fantastic life. Like, nothing impresses me. I don't give a fuck about money, watches, cars, houses, clothes. Like, I don't care because I live pretty good for what I do. I eat what I want. I go where I want. And I'm not a vacation guy. It's not like I go, people go on vacation usually to get away from something.
Mm-hmm.
I love my life. I got nothing I want to get away from.
I love that.
Love my life. I love my, like, you don't want to leave the neighborhood. No, I don't. I don't want to leave I don't want to leave anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stay right where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, it's everybody's happiness is judged differently, you know, and so what makes somebody tick, you know, is their own thing.
Yeah.
But it's not things that make you happy, I could tell you that. You know, as you get older, your circle gets smaller, but then you still have your relationships. It's like, you know, like as you get older, the more responsibilities you take on, it's, you know, it's like life is funny, but it's like I just play it every single day. What's there in front of me today? I don't worry about tomorrow. I don't worry about yesterday, you know, and like they say, yesterday's a canceled check. Tomorrow's a promissory note. Today's cash in hand. All we can do is spend that cash today. And literally that's how I've operated my whole life. Like I don't, you know, like I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I know something's going to happen.
There'll always be a problem.
Right.
I try to explain it to them. Like it sounds like cliche, but there's always a fire to put out every day. It is what it is.
And if you have a fireless life, then you have a very boring life. And so who cares?
So
right?
when I tell you, like, it's not the house, the cars, this and that, like, it's nice to have that, but it's every day, like, getting up, like, the hunt for being in business, like this, like, that's what I remember. I remember those failures, those successes. I don't remember this or that, you know, like, the items that you get.
Right.
It's just, it's weird because before, when I first started business, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And then your mind shifts. And you're like, okay, like you have this stuff. Am I really doing, like, is it fulfilling me?
How big's your practice?
I own the building where I'm at. I got a 2,000 square foot unit, but I'm the sole guy there. So we see anywhere from 200 to 250 people a week.
Yeah. Is that a lot?
It's a good amount, but we, what we do is we're more of a boutique, high-end luxury. So if you were to compare us like the dental field, like I'm more of like an orthodontist. Like if you come with scoliosis, I give you a straight back. So I'd rather see less people at a higher dollar rate for a better quality product than just running people through.
Yeah, because that's one thing. Think about it. There's tons of chiropractors out there.
Tons.
But then,
we know.
You know, but then how many are good, how many are bad, and how many are ugly? There's the bad and the ugly, right?
Yeah.
You know, so like, but
But people come to me just like for you. Like they come for the brand, who I am, because the experience that they have.
See, you brought up a good point. It's important to have a brand. Your brand is so important. Like I would never wear this ever because I think it's too self-serving. That's my company. Because I have a cousin would go, how fucking egotistical are you? Wear your own thing. But then the other side of the coin, our other cousin is wildly successful. Fucking like a monster.
Okay.
And he's like, why are you wearing someone else's shit? He goes, your brand, we should wear your stuff.
That's a great point.
And I'm like, well, he goes, what the fuck you listening to him for? Like that.
We just talked about that, yeah.
You know, and it's like, so I wore this today on the set, and then I'm like, well, I'll just keep it on. I'm not going to take it off. It's like, you know, but like I would never wear my own stuff. Never.
Right.
Like that was like, to me, like, oh no.
It makes you feel
I would think it's
inside.
weird if you wore somebody else, like a different boxing.
Yeah, but I have all the Kronk gym is a very famous boxing gym, and I have all their Kronk hoodies. I love wearing them. I wear the Hard Rock hoodies. I wear all that, but it's like I very rarely wear mine, and I like to the point where I don't even get my stuff made because it's like, oh, here's my hoodie. Like who am I? I'm that low key, even though I have a brand that's synonymous with boxing in Chicago, and that was my goal, and I achieved that goal to make my name synonymous, and it is. But I still don't know how to run with it,
right?
Because it's like I used to have a publicist, right? Well, before I used to do my own press releases. Then the bigger I got, I had a publicist, I had all this stuff, right? And I was like in the newspaper, I was on radio, television. Chicago Magazine did a 10-page spread. I mean, like I had everything going media-wise.
Yeah.
But I could never sell myself because I was like, I don't ever want to be that self-serving.
Sure.
But it's like the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And that goes back to the Sammy Horowitz. The Sammy Horowitz is like, doesn't take no for an answer. And he literally, he was you guys are too young, but there was a thing called the Fuller brush salesman. They were door-to-door salesmen that would knock on your door and try to sell you these brushes and all this shit to your mother, right? And you're not, right? And they wouldn't take no for an answer. And then you'd go shut down, they put their foot in the door.
Yeah.
Well, wait, I got one more thing. I mean,
Yeah.
the Fuller brush salesman. I always tell Sammy, you were the Fuller brush salesman in a past life. I'm just not built that way. But you have to be.
Yeah.
You know, because I could be way more successful if I was that way.
Okay.
But I don't have it in me to be that way. I'm kind of shy to a degree.
Okay.
If you want to believe that, I kind of am.
I can't believe it.
No.
I can't believe it. No.
But I am.
And a last name like Hitz, is that your real last name, Hitz?
Yeah.
Like synonymous with
Perfect.
I mean,
I was always happy with listening Carpenter.
Yeah. Bobby Carpenter.
It might have been shortened at one point. I don't know, but that's my name.
yeah, you didn't shorten it, is what I'm
That's
saying.
right.
Like, so what's up next? What's like, what's upcoming for Bobby Hitz? Like, what's on the dock?
I want to do another restaurant very badly. I want to get another
Where at?
location. Well, we had something going, but I don't think it's going anymore. Which is good though, because whoever took this deal that I was going to get, if they did the deal I think they did, they're dumb. They're dumb. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. It's a sure suicide mission.
Oh, really?
I think so.
You know what we were talking about? We were talking to a guy named Mike Turry. He's an accountant, and he was telling me like a lot of these places in the city, they'll have to give like a percentage of their like on top of their rent
Yeah.
from like their gross sales or
Gross.
whatever. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
To the landlord?
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
another
mean,
thing too.
those deals, I'm like, dude.
Owning the building is really key. Like, you know, like that. That's the one thing that I am so glad that I'm in that position, because that just changes the whole dynamic of the game, you know. And, you know, paying rent is like,
That's the worst.
yeah, it's, you know, but that's where like these groups that come in and they'll dump $10 million into someone else's space. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, if that restaurant goes south, you don't have any chance of getting anything back, right? But if you own the property, at least, okay, you got something valuable there, right? You know, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, it goes south. You're on the nut for what you spent, and you're still on the nut for the lease.
right. And these landlords
big lose.
they're relentless, right? But, you know, so it's like I'd like to get another restaurant. Hopefully more acting jobs are on the corner. Hopefully 26 is a big boxing year for us. I got some things working. It's just, you know, like I just play every day one day at a time.
Yeah.
I try to have a plan, but when it all takes form when it's supposed to. So I don't put the square peg in a round hole. I just kind of put it out there, and then whichever way it goes, and you know, we kind of just fill in the blanks in there. But like, it's pretty cookie cutter for me, so I can literally turn a show around in a short period of time, because it's just like plug and play, boom, 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 boom. You know, like I know what I'm doing, and I just, you know, getting sponsors is a big part of what we have to do, which I always have an issue asking.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just I don't like to ask, but you know,
That's where it comes to the shy business, right?
Well, if you need a sponsor for, you know, the ring girls on their butts or anything like that.
Yeah.
Two Stunads.
we'll sell anything. I'll sell it.
Yeah.
I'll sell part of the ring. I'll sell anything. I don't care. I'll sell it all.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. I'll see, but I would give it to you guys.
No.
fuck
That's
that.
not what we want. That's
I
not
talk
what
about
we
that
want.
too. I hate when, like, if I'm gonna go support somebody, like, I appreciate the discount, but like I'm going there specifically to support that person. Like, I could go somewhere else. I want to pay my friends.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to, like, you know, go somewhere and be like, dude, it's okay. Like, I appreciate it, but I want to pay you, dude, because like I value what you're doing.
Yeah, you have to.
You know,
do
like.
that.
And it's some people are like, oh, no, dude, I appreciate it, but like I want to pay you.
Yeah.
Like, take the money. Like I'm appreciative. You know. Now, did you have like your own gym, or do you run out of a gym, or?
Actually, it's interesting because a good friend of mine, Joe Phelan, has a gym called Gregory Boxing, DuPage, and it was in Lombard. He just moved to Addison, and so I'm going to be hanging my hat there for a while, helping him along in the gym there. But I don't go to the gym too much because I don't feel as a promoter that's really my place to be in the gym. When I talked about the 4-lane highway, the gym is not my place to be. That's their sanctuary. That's where they do their thing. If I'm there, you know, like
they make them feel uncomfortable, or
no, I just don't feel it's my place to go there.
Sure,
but I'd like to go get a workout. I do go spar once in a while. I spar still, you know what I mean? Whatever. So if you guys want to hop in the ring, we can go.
Let's go. I'm ready. Yeah,
I'm not wrestling though, but
I've never boxed, but wrestle.
Yeah.
Ground game, I'm all game.
Yeah. Well, that's where it's. Listen, thank God for MMA because college wrestlers have an outlet now.
Finally.
Besides WWE, right?
Yeah.
Right? Or WWE, whatever they call it. But because now they can go and at least put their craft to work, right? So
what are the problems are you seeing in life with society and in business and what struggles?
Other than the phone, other than kids on the phone.
I just think people not caring about the next person. Everybody's chasing the deal. Nobody's honorable anymore. Nobody has. Nobody's word means anything anymore. Nobody's handshake means anything. And maybe, you know, like I should still think Santa Claus is coming and the Tooth Fairy comes. But like to me, like, what's wrong with being that way? What's wrong with being honorable and living up to what you say you're going to do?
I think that should be the norm. I mean,
but it's not like that. And you know what? To me, I think that I'm foolish to think that people should be that way because I've gotten burned more times than not by just trusting somebody to do the right thing. You know, even as a promoter, like I'll build your career because I'm taking you at your word, right?
Right.
And we don't have a contract. Well, then I get you to that point, and then someone will come in and steal you. And they'll try to steal you whether I have a contract or not. It's just what's my legal ramifications. I've been in more federal lawsuits with guys that try to steal my fighter, and I'm happy to say I've always won because I've always done the right thing, and they've been the one that's have erred. And so to me, like the last guy, I made him spend like $450,000 on legal fees. And I had gone to him and said, listen, you don't want to go down this path with me. Trust me. I don't lose these things because I'm papered up. I know what I'm doing. And you're trying to steal my fighter. And I'm telling you, he's not worth it.
Yeah.
And if you go down this path, I'm asking you right now to cease and desist. But if you want to go down this path, then we're going to go down there. It's not going to end up good for you.
You're going to lose.
And sure enough, it happened.
Yeah.
And you know, I told you so. Like, you know, and not that I made a lot of money on it or anything, but I stopped them from stealing my fighter, which I didn't want anyways at the end.
Yeah.
Because he's no good to put me in that position. And
what do you do then? Like now you got a situation with a fighter, and let's just say, okay, you win the lawsuit. That's a fucking weird situation.
Yeah.
Well, I had one lawsuit like that. I had a fighter that was the number one contender, became the man. I got him to the point where he's the mandatory challenger for the title. His next fight was for the world title. This group comes in and steals him. I call the people up, and they were about a $500 million juggernaut. Like, so I'm like, listen, you want the fighter? Fine, pay me X. You can have the guy. I don't care. Guy goes, great, no problem. I go, come to Chicago. We'll go have dinner. Sign the papers. We'll have a dinner.
Yeah.
I'll take you to the airport. We're all good. No problem. Cool. Well, then the lawyer says, oh, you can't go there. I know, Bobby. He'll have you arrested. He runs that whole, like he was all spooked the guy up. So now I had to file a lawsuit. So I made them go through a painful existence with this, dragging them back and forth from Florida to here for this lawsuit, right? And in the end, the lawyer who was trying the case for them, the judge is hearing the testimony, and he's like, wait, let me stop you right there. Mr. X, am I hearing this correctly? You prepared this document. Yes, I did. And you had Mr. Bell sign this document. Yes, I did. Interesting. He says, you know what? I have the right mind to hold you in contempt of court. He goes, you should actually be a defendant in this case, not trying this case.
Yeah.
I suggest you go make a deal. You know what I mean? And, and so then he went to my lawyer and said, well, we can be 50-50 partners. My lawyer said, you don't know my client very well. He goes, you stole from him.
Yeah.
He would never be your partner ever because he can never trust you.
Yeah.
And that's it. That sums it right up. You can't be in business with people you don't trust no matter what's involved. Sure enough, the guy's next fight, he becomes the undisputed world champion, and everything turned out the way I set the table for him.
Mm-hmm.
It turned out good. But I still have my integrity. I didn't sell my soul for $1.
You're not a scumbag.
Yeah.
And stay involved because of money.
Right.
I still stayed on my principles, which maybe it's not so smart. Principles don't pay the bills, guys. But
It's honorable.
but it's who are you as a person,
Right.
right? How do you live with yourself?
Plus, it's an example for the next guy that you're not just gonna
Lay down and go away.
exactly
Right.
At least if I'm a fighter, right, and I know a guy's gonna do that, go through that. Fuck it, I'm gonna be bought into you.
I fought with them. I fought with Don King. I got them all. Like,
did you?
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I've let my position be known many times. Yeah. Yeah. But I played at that level too.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm like, Jesus, this is what making it is. You know,
Fuck that.
Like,
yeah.
it's like
I
not
don't
even
want-
worth it.
Yeah.
It's like, forget it.
Yeah,
Is it
not
like-
worth it.
I feel like we've only talked about the negative and that stuff as far as the boxing world. You know, is it similar like that too in Hollywood as far as like, you know, just super cutthroat, like agents taking people,
Yeah.
and, you know, like
Listen. At that level of business, it's really cutthroat. So I think it's like it's foolish to think like, oh, it's going to be great. And, you know, I'm like, no, it's fucking. You got to be able to roll your sleeves up and get down.
you gotta be a
You know
dog.
what I mean? You know what I mean? And it's a shame you have to be that way. But you know,
I can see why a lot of people get taken advantage of.
I
was
think
just
people
gonna say
respect that though. You know what I mean? Like my uncle's a very good businessman. He told me when you go do this thing, whatever, he goes, bring your attorney. He goes, a good businessman will appreciate it. A guy that isn't that good, if he's not good with it, then you don't have to do business with them. Because bring your attorney.
I like that.
You know, and my uncle's really successful, very smart guy, and is good. So he gave me that advice.
I like that line.
Good words.
Yeah. Lawyer up, always lawyer up.
You're up. Yeah. I got to come try your restaurant. I've never been to the
You
one.
have-
in-
yeah,
in-
come
upstairs
in
and
Vermont.
eat.
Yeah.
I saw you've got gluten-free on the menu. You got some gluten-free options. My wife has got celiac, so we're gonna go together. Let's go all together.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
You got entertainment Friday and Saturday?
Usually, yeah. Uh-huh.
What do you got? Yeah, like Tony Ocean and those guys come?
Who?
Tony Ocean?
Who?
Yeah.
You're on the mic, aren't you?
I've
You're
had
on the mic.
Anthony Casano.
I've had Tony there. Anthony's never played there. I had
Deb and Vic. You ever been Deb
Do you know
and Vic?
him?
Who?
Anthony Casano. He played at my daughter's first
Sure,
birthday
I know.
party. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He's shot.
You think?
Him and my father-in-law, they're nuts, dude.
Yeah.
They're nuts.
Yeah, I know him.
He's a good act, though, for the people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's good. I have some really good acts in there. I just had John Vincent last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But Bertoli's good friends with him.
Yeah.
He sings the national. He just sang the national anthem for the
World
World
Series.
Series. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard he just stands up in the middle of a restaurant, just starts singing Sinatra.
It's great. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I never met him, but Bertoli's good friends with him.
Yeah, I'm good friends with him. He played by me.
How he said he's a pretty tall guy, right?
Big guy,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's
a
huge.
monster. I got a picture. He's a monster.
Yeah.
Fly me to the moon.
Yeah, I got to meet him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. He's a good guy.
While you're looking at that photo, what's your favorite place that you've ever fought at? Do you have like a memory like, man, this was like something special? Like this is one of my favorite places to fight at.
No.
What was the biggest stage? George Foreman?
Yeah. it was
I want to know. So the fight after Foreman, you said opened up. It was a bad fight, but it opened up other options for you, where other things kind of fell into place.
Yeah.
And then you said you fought again after Foreman, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that fight? Do you remember what was going through your mind and what happened in that fight?
Yeah, I remember. What's this picture at?
Which picture are you looking for? Is it?
John Vincent. He was just at the restaurant last week. I wanted to show him
How tall
how
he
big
was.
he is.
John Vincent, we got to get you on the show, man. Two Stunads. If you're watching this or listening,
He's great.
hit us up.
Hit us up, yeah.
How many weeks after
Your
the
fight.
Foreman fight, or how
Yeah.
many months after did you jump onto another fight?
6 months.
6 months.
So I took 6 months, and I completely
Change your mindset.
rededicated myself, changed my mindset, put myself through a training regimen that was the most brutal thing I've ever done, transformed my whole body. I wanted to come back and make a difference.
Yeah.
And fought this guy. Gary Reed was a sailor. He was a naval officer, like a 6-time Kansas City champion or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. That's what they told me. Warming up, bell rings, comes out left-handed.
Southpaw.
Switch
And
it up
I
on
turn
you.
to my corner, I go, just like no boy, I go, what the fuck do I do? They go, fight him. So I had to fight him. And it was.
They didn't tell you that.
You
ahead
guys
of
watch
time?
film on these guys or no?
Yeah,
You ever watch?
back then there was no such thing.
no?
Like, no, there was none of that.
No scouting or nothing like that.
Nothing. It's like you literally, like, it was a street fight.
Yeah.
Like, you were fighting guys you know nothing about.
What you want me to do here?
That's what I said. Yeah. And I won the fight, but I got to tell you, my hair hurt. Like, it was such a brutal fight.
Yeah.
Oh, I laid in a bathtub full of ice, like all night. I slept in the bathtub. Like, my whole body hurt. It was such a rugged fight, and then I had a couple more fights after that. I broke my ankle in a fight, and just things.
How
Just
did that happen?
we're in a clinch. The guy went to move me, and I just stood my ground and just broke my ankle. But so it like
Shit was
things-
breaking down.
things just started happening, and then my grandmother, not my nanny, my grandmother, in the most stoic of ways, because she was always had like the house dress on and like just prim and proper. But
Yeah.
she said, "Well, Rob, what do you think? Someone's trying to tell you something? Like maybe you should like saying like God is saying like."
Yeah.
Injury after like rather than just come out and say you're getting hurt too much, you should just stop this. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
maybe someone's trying to tell you something. She
Yeah,
said
yeah.
to me, and I had to think about that statement. You know what I mean? Who's trying to tell me something?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The old people always got the good wise words.
Yeah.
Like they throw a little bit of sugar with spice, but you get it.
Yeah.
It's like when you tell somebody you're going to go places. Where am I going? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was your.
So I just I never really officially ever retired. I just found a different way to stay in the business, you know, even though I could have still fought, but I had like a surgery on my hand, and look at I lost. Look at that. So they severed my ulnar nerve in the
wow.
surgery. Yeah,
Yeah.
So I lost like 51% strength in this hand. I can still punch, so it's not a problem.
Try it on him. Let me know how that
But
feels.
but it's like I went through anything that could have gone wrong was going wrong. You know? Then I had a big breakout fight against Tommy Morrison. You know who that is?
No
right?
way. You fought Tommy Morrison?
No, I never made it to the fight.
Oh.
So the fight was all set. It was going to be a big deal, and I trained hard for it. I was in great shape. They gave me like 15 weeks to get ready, and about I don't know how many days before the fight, like my last sparring session, I got cut under my eye.
Oh.
I had 14 stitches,
Yeah.
and I couldn't fight. And then that was it. I'm just like, fuck this, man.
It's a lot of work, man.
The
And then
first,
just,
like, because I put in a lot of work for that fight, and I was in great shape. And and so a guy I was working out with was Pinklin Thomas, who was just recently removed as the heavyweight champion of the world. He was training me, and I was sparring with him, and I was in really good shape. So he ended up fighting Tommy, and Tommy, like, did a good job on Pink, you know what I mean? And so...
What year was that? Was that before?
90 maybe, 90, I don't even know.
That's when Rocky V came out.
So it was right after Rocky V.
It was right after Rocky
He
V?
had broken both of his hands, so he was off for a long layoff, and it was like the perfect timing for me. So, anyways, we go to the weigh-in. The fight was in Kansas City, and his trainer or his manager John Brown goes, "Geez, I didn't realize how big you were." He said to me.
Yeah.
After the fight, I go, "Geez, I didn't realize how fast Tommy was." Like that. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but but Tommy was really nice. He was a very nice guy. You know.
Oh, good.
Boxers, for the most part, are very nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of them are jerk-offs.
Okay.
No, very nice.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, because think about it. You're going to beat somebody up that did absolutely nothing to you.
Right.
So you can't be really normal, right?
Sure.
And then you have to have that switch. You know what I mean? And it's like that level you go to in your mind is like something I can't even describe where you go.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking across the ring and you're looking at that person and you're looking at them and it's like, let me, like,
Bobby, I can see it in your eyes,
You know,
Bob. Bob,
let's fucking go.
I can see it in
like
your
look,
eyes, Bob.
we're having to start.
I can see it.
It's pretty good too. Hey, take it easy. But you feel me, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's like you're like you get yourself like work up into this, but it's a controlled rage.
Yeah.
It's a controlled rage. It's not like you're not losing your head to lose your ass. You're like very controlled, and it's very methodical and Probably like wrestling, I would think. I never wrestled, but I think it's probably the same.
I feel like wrestling, like I'm going in with a game plan. Like I understand like, what I got to do. I have like a purpose. Like when I go into a street fight, like it just like, I'm kind of understanding what you're saying. You just go to that like whatever it takes. Like in wrestling, if you go over the top or whatever it takes, like you're gonna get beat. Like you're doing too much. Like you got to wait for the wrong guy. You got to wait for a move to be ready, which I'm sure it is with boxing too. There's a lot of
Well, boxing is very cerebral, and it's not. People say, "Oh, like a dumb boxer, punch drunk boxer."
Yeah.
Listen, you have to be uber intelligent to be a fighter, because here's what's going on. I don't know if wrestling's the same way. But in boxing, you have a guy doing this, and so you're analyzing that, deciphering it, and then putting something into action in split seconds.
Exactly, yeah.
Like you can't be dumb to do that.
Right.
The champ's coming up fast. It's moving this way. Like, and you're analyzing all this data, right? That's coming at you in real time, but you're reacting to it. So, I think as a fighter, when you start thinking, that's when you have a problem. You can't think. So when I fought that left-handed guy, I was thinking, where's my foot? Am I leading? Because your foot placement is different.
Right.
Your punch sequences are different. Everything's different. It's opposite. So instead of leading with my left, my jab, I'm leading with my right hand, left hook. You know what I mean? So I'm like, but your foot has to be on the outside, not on the inside. If you're on the inside, you're in this. So I'm thinking about all these things, like, and boom, I'm like,
where'd that come from?
Exactly. So it's like, yeah. And then I finally, it took me like 6 rounds. If it was a right-handed guy, I would have knocked him out in 1 round.
Okay.
It took me like 6 rounds to figure him out.
Yeah.
And then I knocked him down, real nice knockdown, and then I won the fight. But it's like, took me all that time to catch up to him because I was thinking.
Right.
Rather than reacting.
You think that's the same way in business and life too?
Yeah, I think so. I think in business you have to think about what you're doing, and you can't be. You have to react to the trends. I think you have to react to the trends, but that's also in real time. Like I can look at my restaurant numbers right now; it's all in real time. So then I'll start quarterbacking it. Cut this guy, do this, blah, blah, blah. You got too much going on here.
Yeah.
So you're being reactive there.
Yeah.
So same thing.
I mean, I always feel like people go into like, if they go to the bank, right, they got a business plan. It never fucking works out. Exactly.
Yeah, and the mere fact that a bank would want to see your business plan, like throw that out the window. Let me just go to work.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, a lot of times they're buying you.
Yeah.
They're buying you. You have to have a stellar reputation, good work ethic. You must have created your value, and they will buy into you. Having a business plan is a
it's almost like a college degree now. Like
it's like a necessary evil.
Yeah.
But I think you have to say, I'm going to invest this. Here's what my return's going to be. The ROI is going to be X. Like I think that's what they want to see. Kind of what the plan is.
Yeah.
How you're going to implement that plan, and then how you're going to execute it. And I think they want to see all that.
Yeah.
I remember giving my first shot. It was Wintrust Bank. It was actually Village Bank and Trust in Arlington Heights.
They're tough.
And they gave me a shot, and they were the only bank. I mean, I went to all these banks. I mean, I was 26, and when they gave me that shot, I took so much pride. Like, I only do business with them.
Right, yeah.
Because you're the only guy that gave me a fucking shot.
Yeah. Right, that's what
And without you, I wouldn't fucking had the opportunity.
Yeah, I had the same experience with Cole Taylor Bank. They're not in business anymore, but they were big restaurant backers, and that was my bank. And I remember going to him one time and saying, "Hey, I need $15,000 for 3 days." And he's like, "Hang on, why don't I just get you a line of credit and you could just pull?" I'm like, "What's that?" And then he explained it to me. I'll take one of those.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
What's the downside?
Yeah. But it's like that's what you learn. You know what I mean? You learn all that stuff. I mean, I knew what it was, but it's just like
you did you do some work for Pan American Bank?
They're my bank. Yeah,
that's your bank. That's your currently use.
Frank Cerrone?
Very well.
Yeah, he's a patient of mine.
He's the best.
Yeah, he's over there in Bloomingdale.
Fair. Pan American Bank. It's a businessman's bank. I'm going to tell you that they're fantastic.
Frank Cerrone, love him.
They make your dreams come true.
Yeah.
Pan American Bank.
Yeah.
That.
Frankie's nuts.
Why? How do you know them?
No, I was doing some research on you, and I saw that you bank with Pan America.
Did you see the
You got the account and routing number and everything.
No, did you see?
Whatever you need.
No,
I
did
got
you
it.
see the video that I did for them?
I did, yeah.
How'd you
Great
think?
video.
You liked
That was
it?
great. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. This conversation that we've had, like, it's been a breath of fresh air. Actually, like, it's been great talking with you. Like,
Why?
because I didn't know what to expect. I honestly, God, did not know what to expect.
What were you thinking you were going to get?
Well, the text
A dumb
message.
fighter.
No, the text message that because we met through Giuseppe.
Yeah.
And I see this big guy stick his middle finger. I'm like,
I love it.
This guy's coming in pissed off at the world, fucking this, fuck that. Like, but you are such a genuine, awesome
Soft-spoken
dude. Yeah. And so like it's been a great conversation.
Great communicator for sure.
You know, the first thing you said was, "Don't judge me on that picture." That was the first thing you said. I'm like, that picture. This guy's a hard guy right here. I can't wait to talk to him.
Yeah. If you're a Packer fan, fuck you.
Yeah.
But, you know. No, but I love football.
Yeah.
It's my only thing I look forward to all year long.
Yeah.
And I'm totally serious. Like, nothing makes me happy. Not that I'm not happy.
Right.
But it's like things don't make me happy. Watching the Bears take the field, I don't care if they win or lose. It just makes me happy.
I like that.
You know, like really, I'm a fan my whole life. My father was a fan. When my father passed, it was unexpectedly. He was coming to town. Him and my mother were out east visiting my sister, and they were coming to Chicago. We were going to go to the opener. My dad had season tickets his whole life. He used to take me as a little kid. Like, that was our thing.
That's nice.
And then I became friends with a lot of the guys on the Bears, and like it was like the best thing in the whole world. You know what I mean? And to go to these games is just something that, like, seeing that helmet and the light, like I can't explain it. You know,
Yeah.
Sean Gale from the '85 Bears is one of my dearest friends, and when I was training to fight and they were training at the 41 Club in Highland Park, like, I'd be getting a massage and there'd be Richard Dent, Mike Singletary, Sean, like everybody, Hampton, like all these guys. It was like, wow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a fan. And like, I'm not a fan of much, but I'm a fan of football and I'm a fan of the Bears.
Yeah.
Do you know Kurt Becker from the 85 Bears?
Little unknown. I used to tell girls I was him.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
I used to tell
He
girls.
was my high school football coach at Marmion.
So I was in San Francisco. They were playing. They got killed. It was '84, and they got killed. It was the NFC Championship. The Bears got killed. But I was in a bar and I told the girls I was.
Did they believe you?
They believe me.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
they did. Yeah,
That's
Kurt
funny.
Becker, yeah.
Yeah, he was my high school football coach. Our offensive.
And then there was a while where people thought I looked like Mike Tice, who was the coach of the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
He was an offensive coordinator, I think. I used to get my car washed, and they thought I was, hey, you know. So my friends knew Coach Tice, and they would tell him, hey, Bobby's getting free car washes. He goes, where's the car wash? I'll take my car, too. He
take
goes like
mine.
that. Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. But back then, like, when there was no Google or anything, like, you could, like, be anybody you wanted to be.
That's true.
I remember my friends were telling they were in Florida saying they played on the Blackhawks.
Oh,
and they got announced over the thing. Yeah,
That's so
crazy.
funny.
Yeah. You go to spring break and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Not anymore.
No, different time.
Can't fool anybody anymore.
No.
Especially you.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
Can't
Taylor
fool
behind the
Taylor.
scenes.
You can't fool Taylor.
Yeah. What other? Do you do any charity work besides, like, you talk about, like, giving back during Thanksgiving time and helping people out? Or I could see that being big for you, like having a 501c to help.
Yeah, no, I don't have that. You know, I wouldn't know where to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Just get those random acts of kindness that you like to mix in.
I think so. And, I think being raised Catholic, that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
You have, that Catholic guilt for not, doing the right thing.
I'm with you.
Both are. Yeah.
Right.
Paulo's like a Sunday go to church every day guy.
I gotta go with the family.
I'm like,
I'm texting him, hey, you coming? I'm saving the seat, but it's not gonna last that long. Where are you? People are coming
my parents
in.
still go to church every Sunday. We went to church every Sunday.
Not a Sunday church.
I went my whole life.
Yeah.
And I always said, when I'm old enough, I'm never going to church again because I had to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to go. Family, we had to go, and it's like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
It was my time to be independent.
Yeah.
But I said, but God knows I still follow him, believe him, and love him.
Yeah.
Do I really have to go there for him to know that? How about if I just am a good person? I'm carrying on his good works, right?
That's what I say. Instead of going to church every Sunday and celebrating the sacraments, let's get everyone together on a Sunday and go do something charitable. Go help somebody. Go help people. I think about it differently. I mean, there's two sides of the coin, but going to school and being a Catholic and parents taking you to church every Sunday, like I was like you burned out almost.
Yeah, like my first memory of a fight was first grade. At Catholic school, this kid cut in front of me in a drinking fountain line, and I gave him a black eye in first grade. Then Muhammad Ali was fighting Joe Frazier.
Yeah,
and me and this kid Bobby Hitz, we fought some fourth graders, arguing who we wanted to win the fight. That was like 1972 or whatever it was. So that was like my Catholic school stories. Fighting at Catholic school.
That's great.
Go figure.
Nuns probably didn't like that one.
Get out.
No,
Get out.
Nuns did not like that one.
I got asked to leave, I think. I got asked to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, that's not even, think about the hypocrisy of that. If I was a bad kid, you put me out? No, you don't try to nurture me? It's not even Catholic, right?
Yeah.
I just thought that literally just now at my extended age, that just hit me right now.
Anyways, man, well, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
It's been great.
Yeah, I'm
really
excited to come try your restaurant, man. You let me know when you got
Go upstairs and try it.
Yeah.
We should, yeah.
When you got entertainment.
We're absolutely going to.
Yeah, and whatnot. So,
yeah.
But yeah, appreciate you being on the show. Looking forward to your next fight you're putting on. We want to sponsor the girls.
Yeah, no problem.
That'd be fun.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Come by.
How you doing? Yeah,
Stunads.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, guys, if you guys want to get in contact with Bobby, if you guys like this episode, make sure you like and subscribe. We'll leave all of his information to his restaurants, to his boxing team, things like that. And if there's anything else you guys want to see, leave them in the comments, share. We again appreciate you guys watching this video, and we guys are excited to see you in the next show.
Thank you.
Thanks,
and remember, the harder you work, the luckier you'll get.
Yep, exactly.
Don't take tomorrow for granted. Take advantage of today.
Words of wisdom. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Ciao.